Chat. I think everyone can hear me. Man, it's been a while since I've streamed on YouTube. And it's not because I'm leaving Twitch or anything like that. It's just YouTube's a better, like, I can do any streaming on YouTube that's like not video game related. So when I have the opportunity, it's just one less thing I would want to upload. This could be something that'd be fun to look back in retrospect, and it's just easier to do it here and it uploads it automatically than streaming it on the old Twitch. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm still setting it up. Like, it's not just gonna be this whole thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully, it doesn't get too drag along-y. You know what I'm saying? It is 32 team 7-round mock draft. That could take, you know, I'm hoping we can get over and under here in like hour and a half, 2 hours. You know, a lot of these ones we will burn through them, but feeling good, man. We're feeling good. Yeah. So yeah, we're here on YouTube's. And also, actually, ultimately, the reason why I do this is because we're going to do our live stream for the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft. And I wanted to make sure that I can dust off all my YouTube live stream shit and make it work. So let's get it, man. We're going to get ready to get going into this. We are doing all the picks. I'm using the Draft Network's mock draft machine. So we get it going here. I'm going to use this one. I usually prefer NFL mockdrafts.com. So I think that's what it's called. I could probably butcher the name of the site. I prefer that. It's a little more colorful, a little bit easier to read. But I couldn't like Control F find the team, right? Because we're picking for all the teams, and obviously at the end we're going to want to look team by team what our drafts look like. And on the other mock draft site that I usually use in my videos, it just has like the graphic of the team. It has nothing from the name standpoint that I could just like Control F and just burn through it and see what picks are made. So on the Draft Network site here, they gave us the option to do that. So I'm just gonna have to do one last thing here. I gotta get this old YouTube stream up on my phone so I can make sure if things shit the bed. Actually, no, I could probably do it here. Now that I think about it. Give me one second. Shouldn't be doing anything. We're good. I think everything is almost golden. I will put my webcam up in just 1 second, but those that know me know I'm handling some business, and that business is probably best not put on YouTube till everyone comes, 21st century with it. All right, man, it's been so. I was going through like my YouTube analytics. Fuck, man, I messed up. You guys were like killing the shit out of the college football revamp rebuilds. Like the Michigan one was doing really good for views, and then I took a break from doing it, and like 100%, I needed to just keep doing that. That seemed like something that could have brought my channel back from the dead. I'm going to start pumping those out, though. I'm at that point in time where you got to make business decisions in YouTube right now because it's that dead period because there's nothing. No one cares about Madden. So I think we're going to prioritize doing a lot more college football revamped rebuilds, and we're going to see if we can get that momentum going. Also, I just said right now what to myself, looking through some of the first videos that I uploaded for Madden 21, I fucked up stopping the Lions franchise. I should have just kept going. I can't even remember why I stopped it. I think I literally just got pissed off with the world and had my had my like 16-year-old rebellious moment where it's like, all right, all the things that make my channel successful, I think they're played out and boring. I'm doing something different. And, you try to be on your high horse. And, I should have just kept towing the line there. Might have been better off. But who knows? We got a new Madden coming out soon. And we're going to be able to have a fresh new cycle. Live and let learn. And, yeah, I'm excited. We're going to be doing a main channel franchise from the get-go. We're going to get back to the rebuilds and all that shit. But fuck, man. Like, I literally was just, like, looking through some of those first Detroit Lions episodes. I was like, man, there was so much I had, like, so much ready to do for that Lions franchise. Like storylines and shit. Nothing too crazy, but I knew I was going to do the Lions for a couple weeks, so I was just thinking about what I could do. And I'm like, fuck, man, I stopped that too early. Either way, all right, let's get a couple more hoots in here, and then we'll get going. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to ask everybody what their favorite team is. A lot of these picks, for the most part, like the whole thing is, it's a community mock draft from the standpoint that I'm going to go with the top guy that the community wants versus me waiting and letting every single person pick for that would be here for 4 days. So, like, for an example, I don't want spoiler alert here. I think Trevor Lawrence may be going first to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So in that scenario, I'd be like, all right, we're going Lawrence to the Jags, right? And then I would look at chat, and then if there's some, like, rogue, rebel, Ohio State Jags fan that was like, no, you got to go Justin Fields, then, that's kind of how I envision this stream going in my head. When are you going to make my son's building my Pokemon team? That's actually that's an unreal idea. That'll be like a fun stream. Get like a N64 emulator, and I'll play like Pokemon Stadium. I am going hard on a PlayStation emulator right now, and for a video. This is very hyped. Well, not really hyped, but talking about the new Madden series we're doing. But like, I can get a bunch of those old football games, and I might just get ripped and stream them on Twitch soon. Like, honestly, like, I'll just fucking stream NFL Street 2. See how many game breakers we can get, and that'll just be a chill time. I think something like that. We're going to get into that. So as we go through these picks, here, let's get that guy. One more big hoot, and we're good to go. Okay. See some of the comments here. There's no trades? No. That's another downside of using this website. You have to pay. Well, not pay. Downside. If you like their product, you support them. But I do not have the paid version, so I cannot make trades. Plus, I don't know. Trades get a little too outhanded. Because, like, literally, everyone be like, trade this pick. It just keeps things a little more conducive. I'm good for the emulator. I actually sometimes do play on my N64 emulator. A lot of WWF No Mercy. But I can just figure that out. It's not too big of a deal. Okay, we're getting the face. How do I get the face here? There we go. Oh, nice. This is how we're starting this. All right, I think I'm good to go. I worked very hard. I spent the last 45 minutes making sure this stream wouldn't be great. So I think we're ready to go, right? Not anything is wrong with this stream right now. We are ready to go. Okay. See if we can get it out of the shot here. Unbelievable. There we go. Oakley dokley. So let's get this off the screen. Everyone here, here's where also I'm plugging. I don't know, and I'm not expecting, and I think I'm going to get 0. I never encourage it because it sounds cheese. But if you do ever think like, hey, I'm going to hit C4 with I don't even know what donations and shit like that works on this. I don't think I have it linked up. So I'd rather, if you want to go above and beyond and support me, hold on to that and just put that into my Patreon. Patreon.com, PapaC4. That is the best way to support me at this given time. As well as check out my Instagram. I'm working to 1,000 followers on that old Instagram because, honestly, I love Instagram. And it's 100% not because advertisers and my network want me to have an Instagram. So, but I use Instagram in my personal life. I just never really thought of, like, what the fuck can I post as a YouTuber? But my Instagram game is coming on. TikTok, I don't think I can get into TikTok, but Patreon and Instagram, that's Gucci. Let's get into the mock draft. So let's be honest. I don't really think I need to get a read of the room here to start with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, there's no trades. It's Trevor Lawrence. The draft really starts at pick 2, but does it really start at pick 2? It probably does. But Trevor Lawrence to the Jags, if we talk for 3 minutes about why Trevor Lawrence to the Jags is a good pick, we'll be here all night. It's what they're doing. He's the new franchise quarterback. I will say this. I think that Trevor Lawrence, I think it's just generally because people right now are down on Madden. They're not thinking about the next Madden, even though a lot of us are thinking about the next Madden. But like, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be so overpowered in Madden. He's going to be 6'6". He's going to have like 96 throw power and like 86 speed. He is going to be absolutely unstoppable, and no one's talking about it. No one's talking about how OP Trevor Lawrence is. I mean, all these guys are going to be freaky. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance. You're going to have, especially with Fields and Lance, probably two other quarterbacks hot, like close to 90s in the speed, especially for, you know, how we've seen them with Daniel Jones in particular, where they gave Daniel Jones like 87. It was ridiculous. Either way, I digest. We're going on to number 2. We don't need to digress about this one. It is the Jets, and they clearly need a quarterback. So this is where things get interesting. We got Wilson, Fields, and Lance. I think it should be Zach Wilson, Baby Baker Mayfield. What do you guys think? You guys think the Jags go with Lawrence, and you think the Jets are gonna not go with Zach Wilson? They're gonna say, you know what? BYU didn't beat anybody. They didn't look overly impressive against Coastal Carolina. We're going Justin Fields from Ohio State, or like we're gonna go Trey Lance for North Dakota State. Everyone is pretty much agreeing. Zach Wilson going at 2. It's going to be an exciting fit. I think Joe Douglas is doing an exceptional job for the New York Jets. Why is he should be on our team though? This shouldn't even have existed in any scenario where the Jets have this guy that's now retooling this rebuild. He should have stayed and got in Philadelphia. Just a second, a little drinky poo here. Pick 3. We have the San Francisco 49ers, who they made that recent trade with the Miami Dolphins. And then, for whatever reason, my Philadelphia Eagles just decided not to stay pat at 6 and trade because, of course, every other team's trading. Howie Roseman was like, is this insulting my manhood? Other teams are trading. I'm going to make a trade. And I feel like that's probably the biggest reason, not this 2 first-round picks. But after some trading, the 49ers are here at 3, which everyone assumes it's going to be a quarterback. But what quarterback? Will it be Justin Fields or Trey Lance, which in reality it absolutely should be, or are they going to go completely out of left field and select Mac Jones? There has been a little bit of momentum on social media that Mac Jones might be the guy, and they went to his pro day where Mac Jones, I don't believe, was particularly good. And we're looking at the chat right now, and I think they're most likely, it's pretty, actually, there's not a lot of Mac Jones. If there are a lot of 49er fans, they are definitely not wanting Mac Jones. I think it's between Fields and Lance. And look at that chat. I definitely agree. I think Justin Fields is the guy you got to go. The idea of him in a Kyle Shanahan offense is pretty scary. Like a Kyle Shanahan offense is already really good. And then now take the 2 quarterbacks that have thrived in it, or you've at least, well, consider Jimmy Garoppolo. We'll have him there. But ultimately Matt Ryan. They've thrived in that, and they would have even an ounce of the athletic talent that Justin Fields has. So throwing that element into things there for the 49ers, it's going to be dangerous. Pick 4, we have the Atlanta Falcons. This is where things could get swayed a little bit because I have a direction I think that the Falcons should go. Also, I get a little checklist. Oh, man, I just spilled friggin' drink everywhere. But I got a checklist here of every single team's needs. And we're going to go through every one of those teams' needs, try to check all of them off. It's not necessarily going to be like a BPA scenario, but we do want to try to at least attempt to try to fix every single team's needs. So this is an absolute mess of a spill. We're going to need to take a pause, and then we'll be right back. Think about this one. Think about this. I need literally 30 seconds. Do the Atlanta Falcons go quarterback? Do they plan for the future beyond Matt Ryan? Because there's no way I don't think they're going to move from Matt Ryan being on their roster. So are we going quarterback, or do we go somewhere BPA like Kyle Pitts? Where, yeah, they just did a trade last year with the Ravens to get Hayden Hurst, but Hayden Hurst didn't look anything special. And when you get someone like Kyle Pitts, when you get that Mike Evans 2.0, things look pretty damn good. So think that out. I can't believe that. Absolute shambles in our first stream. Jesus. Think about it. I'll be back in minute. Get back. I'm not dead. Oh my god, that was an all-time spill. What was that? What was that oil spill? I mean, we haven't lost nearly as much wildlife, but Jesus. Friggin', had like a G Fuel mug of Pepsi. Not full, but kind of full. My God, it's everywhere. It's like, I'm not gonna clean it all up. There's gonna be like a speck left, and then I'm gonna have an ant infestation in my damn house. Jesus. Okay. How's our stream doing? Looks like we're doing good. We're back. Fucking BP oil spill of Pepsi. Oh. So we left here with who's going to be the selection for the Atlanta Falcons. Quarterback was an option. I'm literally seeing Trey Lance. I'm seeing a lot of Kyle Pitts. I'm seeing a couple Mac Jones. I'm thinking this. Quarterbacks, Matt Ryan, if you get Matt Ryan like a good supporting cast, you're probably going to get, you would think, like 2 to 3 years high play. Like that's what you hope Arthur Smith can bring, is get back Matt Ryan to, at least legitimate top 10 quarterback. No doubters. So that if you're doing that, I feel like is whatever quarterback you get a draft sitting behind him for a year or two or more, right? This could be like not Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love level, but there could be people thinking that, if you get someone like that, there's probably teams now that see what happened with Green Bay last year and be like, man, we don't want that to happen. That could happen if Atlanta drafted a quarterback. So for me, I'm going to have them grab Mr. Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is so good. There's so much that Kyle Pitts does well. He ran a 4.4, even though it's like the pro day, right? He still ran a 4.4. He absolutely dominated Patrick Surtain, like the best corner. And he was lined up on the outside. For those people that say that, he's just a tight end, I don't see him being able to make that move. Like he's, it's becoming a cliche, but it still feels like he's a unicorn. People, every time there's someone that's just ridiculously crazy and could be good at a bunch of positions, you're just going to see people bring up that buzzword of unicorn. But, like, Kyle Pitts is genuinely that. Like, he could do just everything. It's like a good safety. Like, is he a safety? Is he a linebacker? Well, he's just going to do everything. Well, that's the kind of deal here. So, we're going to pause on this pick for 1 second here. I lost my notes in terms of what positions I want to go for teams. I have an Excel sheet that I want to go off of. And we are going to do this. All right. So we're now here for Cincinnati. And when you look for the Bengals, I mean, they're not going to draft a quarterback, obviously. It's going to, I don't want to say it's going to feel like they aren't listening to the quarterback if Joe Burrow is going really, really hard for Jamar Chase, because that'd be a great selection there. But, you also, how much faith you put in Riley Reif? Is Riley Reif really going to be a long-term option at the tackle, or is he just on a one-year flyer? And on that one-year flyer, are you going to pass up the opportunity to get, in my opinion, like the most talented offensive tackle since Trent Williams? So I'm looking here at chat, and I'm seeing it's split. It looks pretty damn split here between between Penei Sewell and Jamar Chase. I'm thinking, I mean, when you look at what the Bengals have, what they're good, or you already have, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. Are these guys going anywhere? I feel, for me, I think they would be foolish, utterly foolish, to not go with Penei Sewell. And it seems like chat's slightly skewing towards P.I. Sewell. It's just, here's my thinking. One, Jonah Williams was drafted, and no one knew if he was a tackle or a guard. All right, if you really think Riley Reif is going to be, worth starting, worth giving minutes over some other people, kick Jonah Williams into guard, have Riley Reif go to right tackle, and then have Sewell at left tackle, or vice versa. Either or, whatever side you feel the most comfortable with. You have to protect Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase doesn't matter if you can't keep your quarterback upright, if you can't keep him healthy. So get the best franchise. You pair a franchise quarterback with a franchise tackle. That's what you do. That's like that's like team building 101. So now we're at pick 6, the Miami Dolphins. Looking at their needs, we got wide receiver, edge, running back. I think they could go really. I mean, they're not with. We're not even going to think about quarterback. I think it's for Jamar Chase. I think that they could be Micah Parsons, depending on how high he rises or falls on their board. I think Devontae Smith could absolutely be in play. I think Jalen Waddle could be in play. This whole reuniting Tua with his playmakers from college, there is some validity to that. But as we have to properly evaluate things, I think that, first of all, if this happens in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to lose my mind. Because that means Jamar Chase fell to pick 6, and that should have been Philadelphia's all right. But I think if you're in this spot, you have to go Jamar Chase at 6. I think when you look at Tua, what more do they need to do to maximize him before you can completely write him off? Well, you have Jamar Chase with Devontae Parker. You have, I don't know, is Preston Williams still a thing? He's probably still solid, right? I think if you just find out right away, sooner than later, if Tua's your guy. If Tua's your guy and he looks legit, he's going to be unreal with Jamar Chase. Or if Tua's not your guy, you still have Jamar Chase for the next quarterback that you try to, retry this whole finding a franchise QB process. So I don't think you can go wrong with Jamar Chase there, even though wide receivers probably not necessarily the biggest need for the Miami Dolphins. So we're now here at pick 7. We have the Detroit Lions. This is where things, looking at their needs, wide receiver, corner, offensive tackle, quarterback, linebacker even, could make some sense. So at the wideouts, they're probably pissed that Jamar Chase just went. But Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, either one of those guys absolutely could be in play at 7. For offensive tackle, Rashaan Slater absolutely could be in play at 7. That is got to be frustrating for the amount of money they paid Big V to lead the Philadelphia Eagles to go over last year. They still need help at tackle. Isn't Decker solid still? Look at corner still available. They could have their choice. They could get Surtain. Oh, that'd be juicy, man. Patrick Surtain and Jeff Okudah. I never even thought about that. That would be filthy. How many teams have been able to say they drafted corner 1 in back-to-back drafts? Right? That is cold. That's a cold. I was not going to make this pick. I'm probably not going to make this pick. But that actually sounds pretty disgusting if I was a Lions fan. Or are they going to go quarterback? Trey Lance is still there. Jared Goff. Are Lion fans going to give him a chance? Or should he even be deserved to give a chance? Looks like, chat, we got some Trey Lance shouts, some Jalen Waddle shouts. Seeing a lot of Waddle. Waddle. I'm gonna just, now that I'm thinking about it, like if I do my final, like my best fits mock draft or something stupid like that, I really now like the idea of them getting Surtain at 7, even though I never really considered it. But this is a community mock draft, and I want to do it with you guys that are watching me, and you persuade me, because absolutely we're going to be going with Jalen Waddle. Back-to-back on the wideouts, I don't hate that at all. I was leaning more Surtain if I was picking, but Waddle also makes a lot of sense. You have to, it's a terrible comparison going from literally someone of Kenny Galladay's profile to Jalen Waddle, going from 6'4", 220 to 5'10", 185. But Jalen Waddle is incredibly dangerous, easily would be the most explosive playmaker on that offense. You have a bona fide franchise tight end, it looks like, in TJ Hawkinson. You now have your, I'm not comparing him to Tyreek Hill. I think that's one of the worst comps going around this draft. But you have your Tyreek Hill style playmaker on the outside to go with your tight end. And then you just, pair another wide receiver there, something like that. But moving on to pick number 8, we have the Carolina Panthers. A very, very interesting team who I'll tell you right now that I'm getting ready to get on that journey of start thinking about who I want to be my main franchise team in Madden 22. I already said Philadelphia is very much on that list. I think they're going to be incredibly difficult to play. Eagles have no salary cap, and their team's probably going to be one of the worst teams in Madden 22. So it's never a bad time. But I'll tell you what, point being, I think I'm adding the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, and it was the Panthers, Jets, and Lions last year. Those were my 3 final franchise teams came down to. Carolina, now that they got darn, I think that might be, I might be leaning towards that being my franchise. Just because I know people are probably, like, on one side I'll be super passionate about the Eagles franchise. But on the other side, I already do so much Eagles already. Maybe a different team outside. Like, I'm leaning Carolina right now, I think, for Madden 22. There's your spoiler. So, point being, they now have a quarterback. And I've always thought, if Trey Lance is still there at pick 8, that's probably where they should go, right? Like, that's, Trey Lance is special. You have Joe Brady there. But I don't think, at least for, like, having a top 10 pick, I don't think I would bet against Joe Brady and Sam Darnold to just go a quarterback here. There's better ways to spend that pick. We have a lot of Trey Lance, but I'm liking this other shout right now. You look at their needs, tackle. Who is playing tackle? Taylor Moton, and who else? No one knows. I like this pick. Chat likes this pick. We're going Rashaan Slater from Northwestern. Maybe a little bit concerned about the lack of length. Seems some people are thinking that he might have to kick inside the guard, but very good offensive tackle. Kind of reminds me stylistically, I feel like Tristan Wirfs a little bit. Like, not the biggest, longest guys, but very explosive athletes. And I think Slater is a nice pick there for Sam Darnold's new team. Sam Darnold's new team. Weird. All right, pick 9. We have the Denver Broncos. Denver's sitting here. Obviously, trades will happen. I don't think there's any way. Maybe Mac Jones, but there's no way. Trey Lance probably leaves 6. I think there's going to be teams that are going to be scared what Detroit might do if Trey Lance is still there. I think 6, and the Dolphins trading back is where a trade will happen for a quarterback. But we're sitting here with the Denver Broncos, and yeah, I'm agreeing with chat on this one already. That's because, again, we got a lot of picks to go through here. Trey Lance, the Denver Broncos get something better than Drew Lock. You still have Drew Lock under contract. I don't know if this selection would potentially send a current up to that QB room and have Drew Lock want to trade right away, get a new fresh start. But hopefully you have Drew Lock to be your placeholder quarterback until Trey Lance is ready to get out there, because you probably don't want to throw Trey Lance into things as a rookie day one. Wow, okay, cool. I didn't think this mock draft was going to be like this. So we're now here at pick 10 with the Dallas Cowboys. Just paid Dakota Rain Prescott some money. Oh, don't make me do this. Don't make me do this pick. Don't make me do it. We all know what's going to happen. And we all know it's going to be Devontae. It's not, I can't even think straight. It's going to be CeeDee Lamb 2.0. CeeDee Lamb is there. Philadelphia sees it. Philadelphia's like, CeeDee Lamb is right there. It's right there. And then Dallas just fucking took him. Philadelphia's still sitting here being like, holy shit. We picking 2 picks and the top corner's still on the board? Patrick, I already know I'm going to do this to myself on draft night. It's going to be pick 10. Patrick Surtain's going to be there. And I'm just going to be like, come on. I deserve this. I deserve Philadelphia getting a blue chip player. And here comes Jerry Jones. All friggin' liver, what are those things? Those liver spotted, and just super old, and it probably smells like propane. You know what I'm saying? And he just walks out there and just hands the card in. And it's gotta be Patrick Surtain. Get the best corner in the class, scheme versatile. I don't think, comparison right away would be the top corner from last year. Jeff Okudah, I definitely do think Jeff Okudah, I still would have had him ahead of Surtain. Like, if Surtain declared last year, he'd probably still go behind Jeff Okudah. But he's a really good corner. And this is, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun stream to tune in on draft night in a couple weeks. All right, pick 11. We have the New York Giants. According to this site, their top needs, we got edge, linebacker, corner, wide receiver, interior lineman, edge, double edge. Let's see here. Chat is already heating up the Quiddy Pay picks. Looking at the edges here, Jalen Phillips is 1 on this website, which makes sense. Azeez Ojulari would make sense. Quiddy Pay is an interesting one. I genuinely don't know how teams would view him if you're doing a 3-4. Would you have him stand up? Would you have him like on the front 3? I mean, 270. I think he was like 280 at his pro day. Yeah, you probably have to have him on the line. We got a lot of Micah Parsons. Some shout-outs for Devontae Smith, Elijah Vera Tucker as well. I'm thinking just from a schematic standpoint, and what I think teams might be a little scared of Jalen Phillips' medical. Jalen Phillips retired from UCLA. Then he came out of retirement. That could raise some red flags. Ooh. I'm seeing enough here, man. I was going to go Quiddy Pay. Chat was going heavy Quiddy Pay. And it seems like right now it's sliding towards Devontae Smith. What? Okay, I'll take the middleman. It's kind of Pay. It's kind of Devontae Smith. I'm going to go in the middle and have him get Micah Parsons. I think Micah Parsons is polarized from the standpoint of it seems like only those in the know what this red flag is, right? They're off the field. I did have Dane Brugler's The Athletic, and I think he probably went through that if I double checked it. But ultimately, you're getting S tier linebacker who started at Penn State as an edge rusher. He was a defensive end. So in that 3-4, you could have him middle linebacker because he's so damn athletic and can cover tight ends. You could have him line up as an edge rusher. Kind of reminds me, versatility-wise, almost of Josh Allen for the Jags. When Josh Allen was coming out, he was clearly a 3-4 outside linebacker, but he had really sneakily good coverage ability. And I feel in a way, I kind of feel that about Micah Parsons. But another annoying pick. I'm not saying I'd be shitting britches over here over these two guys going because it's expected. But the fact that I don't even think Micah Parsons would be on Philly's board. They just don't value that position. But the fact that two clear, obvious selections at 12 for me for Philadelphia, it's gonna be annoying. But now we're here for my Eagles. And this is almost certainly what the board's going to look like. I'm seeing a lot of Mac Jones. Philly apparently, was highly interested in J.C. Horn at his pro day. We definitely need corner more than wide receiver, or Devontae Smith. And then I don't hate, given the fact that the board's like this, I don't hate the idea of Devontae Smith. The only time I think I would be salty, I think I would prefer Jalen Waddle. If we have the pick between Waddle and Smith, and we took Smith over Waddle, might be a little upset there. But, who am I to complain? Devontae Smith, even though I'm not sold on him as hyped as he got up from coming out of Alabama with all those records and stuff, Heisman, he was unbelievable last year. But who am I? He's easily wide receiver 1 on Philly, even if I don't think he's the best of the group. He's who's left, and he's the best for... I'm worried though. Philadelphia hasn't sent anybody to these goddamn Alabama pro days. They have, you know what pro day they went to? They went J.C. Horn's pro day, and they worked him out. I'm gonna have to go with Chad here. I'm gonna look through chat because it's the Eagles pick. It's between Horn and Devontae Smith. Someone said Kellen Mond. Smartest guy in the room pick. Mac Jones. I mean... I'm seeing right now, as I'm making this pick, I'm seeing a lot more J.C. Horn. Let's do it. Either way, man, it's just... Here's why I'd be disappointed. I got to say right out the bat, either Horn or Devontae Smith, they're big upgrades for Philadelphia. It's not a bad pick at all at pick 12. I'm not going to feel like I did with the regular selection or anything like that. But it just stings. It stings is the correct word. Stings knowing... that at pick 6, we would have had our choice at either wide receiver 1 consensus in this draft in Jamar Chase or corner 1 consensus in this draft in Patrick Surtain. And because we traded back, we pretty much have to now pick between maybe corner 2, depending on like what rankings you're looking at, and then maybe wide receiver 3. It's just, it's just discount. You just discounted the picks and the players that you're going to be able to get at 12. But whatever. Moving on. We're going to the Chargers at pick 13. They need tackle, edge rusher, safety. Definitely should be looking at a tackle at this point because, again, pretty much see the Joe Burrow selection. You don't want the same to happen to Justin Herbert. So look at the tackles that are on the board. Obviously, my rankings are a little bit different, but generally, it's kind of the same order. I would just have Cosme as my tackle 1, but looking at the chat right now, we got some Tevin Jenkins. We have some Christian Darrisaw. Darrisaw's a guy that hasn't really, offensive tackle tape is kind of yawn anyways, but I haven't seen anything that's like truly special. Like he's one of those guys that if he like slipped out of the first round, I wouldn't be shocked. It looks like everyone's thinking Christian Darrisaw, and I know if you're a Charger fan and watch this, you probably are a lot more hyped on Darrisaw as a prospect because it's something that you're kind of expecting. So let's go. We're going to grab Christian Darrisaw, tackle from Virginia Tech. Can slide in there at left tackle or right tackle, depending. Brian Bullock is still there, right? 14 with the Minnesota Vikings. They're looking at safety, interior offensive line, corner. I think tackle's also a legitimate selection here for the Vikings that need a left tackle. So moving on. Options here. Definitely you could look at Vera Tucker, especially here because you get 2 for 1. Like I think the Vikings need a left tackle and a left guard, and you could get one of those potentially in Vera Tucker either way. It's like a twofer. He's either going to be a really good tackle, or if you're not a fan of the length, you kick him inside, he's going to be a really good guard. Kind of a 2 for 1. I really actually like this selection. If they want to go all in on tackle, I would probably slide more to Cosme from Texas. But I actually really like that selection. It's not sexy because, right, they spent that big pick on Garrett Bradbury. Like, now you're going, we're going back interior O-line. But when your offense kind of runs through Dalvin Cook, yeah, I like that. Vera Tucker. Pick 15, the Patriots are here. I think the selection is obvious. I think that if New England's at 15, you go Mac Jones. Because they've made all these investments in free agency, spending all that money, finally. You're really going to take all of that guaranteed money and put it all, and gamble it all the chips are on Cam Newton not being washed next season. At least give yourselves a chance. At least if that's kind of your plan, and you're smoking something that I would like to try, if and when that inevitably fails, and I don't want to say, but I don't want to say inevitably. That's not fair because, hell, Cam Newton, maybe. You never know, man. Maybe Cam Newton goes to Mexico, comes back, and can throw the ball again. And he's actually really good. But if Cam Newton doesn't work, you could just have at least Mac Jones coming off the bench, and you have some upside there. And he's a Patriot quarterback. He seems like stylistically work very well in McDaniel's offense. So the Patriots at 15, which in this mock draft scenario, Patriots, I think, if you start to see Mac Jones slide, the Patriots might trade up. And Philadelphia will be the team that will be trading back yet again. Probably wouldn't be bad at this spot because I don't think Philly actually would have to worry about either of these guys getting horn and we get more picks. Whatever. Moving on. 16. Arizona needs a corner. We got running back, interior line, tight end, linebacker. Corner. Yeah. Newsome. So the top corner available is Greg Newsome. Caleb Farley for sure. Depending on the medical, that's actually not a bad pick. I think Eric Stokes could start getting some consideration. Late first round, 16 is definitely too rich. Looking at the running backs, ETN, I think Edmonds is solid enough that you don't burn a first rounder on one of those. Interior line, you got Landon Dickerson. Again, play guard, can play center. Tight end, you go Freiermuth. Are you really going to burn that? Linebackers probably where the value is. I'm seeing actually some Kwity Paye. Get Kwity Paye on the D-line. Farley. You could go JOK at linebacker. Pair him with Jordan Hicks. But then again, I don't know. It seems like having, on one side of things, it'd be insane. Just what you could do on a defense with JOK and Isaiah Simmons. But then also, it's kind of probably overkill. You didn't really know how to use Isaiah Simmons last year. You don't need 2 of these. So, I'm seeing Kwity Paye and Caleb Farley. Caleb Farley? All right. Chat likes that. It makes sense, man. Apparently, the Arizona Cardinals here gave him a clean bill of health. And they'd get Caleb Farley taking over for Pat Pete on the outside. 17, the Raiders. Now, we got tackle, linebacker, interior lineman, safety. And apparently, now they need a defensive tackle because they released Maurice Hurst for some reason. What's going on? I'm thinking, what do we got here? So, tackle, top tackle. Absolutely some first-round tackles here. Jenkins, Cosme, Eckenberg can go first round. Redunds could go first round. Leatherwood could go first round. Linebackers that are available, JOK. But what's going on? They just spent big money last year on Kwiatkowski and Littleton, Corey Littleton. So they're always in search of an edge rusher. Jalen Phillips is here. Kwity Paye is here. Does Kwity Paye seem like a Gruden grinder? You know? But they are looking for, Tevin Jenkins. You know who does? Tevin Jenkins. Tevin Jenkins seems like he'd be a Gruden grinder. But again, this is your guys' mock a little bit. Where are you guys looking? It's looking like it's between Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Kwity Paye right now. All right. They're going JOK. They're going linebacker. And I like that, man. Whatever. Go for it. 18, Miami Dolphins. They're looking edge, running back, tight end, linebacker. Could go O-line. I think they should consider offensive line. But I know they probably like Robert Hunt. You get Austin Jackson. And then when you kick on the interior, Dickerson wouldn't be a brutal pick. Creed Humphrey wouldn't be a brutal pick. I'm thinking, looking at this, edge makes sense. Kwity Paye probably makes more sense than Jalen Phillips. I'm seeing Tevin Jenkins and Kwity Paye. My logic is this. I feel like the Dolphins' defense was already very good last season. Why make another investment on the defensive side? Go and grab the best lineman available, and then you can shuffle your lineup because Robert Hunt can play guard and tackle. So then if you got someone like Tevin Jenkins or Sam Cosme, you could have Austin Jackson on one side, have Jenkins or Cosme at tackle, and then one left guard be Solomon Kindley, right guard be Robert Hunt, and then you just got to figure out your center spot. So absolutely, that would make sense. Ooh, we're going. I'm like, okay. Right now, big run. I'm going with it. I like it. We're locking it in. Final answer. Jalen Phillips. My number one true edge in this class. He's scary, man. He's really, really scary. And as long as he passes the medical, whatever protocols that are going to be in place, he's going to be a good one. He's going to be very good. I like it. So we're going to pick 19, Washington football team. We're looking tackle, linebacker, safety, corner. Could be in play for a quarterback. Don't think Davis Mills is going right here. Still some talent at linebacker. Zaven Collins, first-round caliber player. At wideout, Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith's still there. We all say how much Washington is like an Alabama pipeline. To get him to be there with Scary Terry, Curtis Samuel. Safety, probably a little early for Moehrig. I currently have Holland as my safety one. I think he could go in the first round. Kyle Trask. I would hate that. I would hate to have to root against Kyle Trask. But I'm thinking with tackle, there's still so many tackles on the board. Kellen Mond? Don't make me draft Kellen Mond in the first round. They're not doing that with Fitzmagic there. I'm pulling a trump card on chat. They're going Kellen Mond. There's no way. We're not going to go that ridiculous. People are saying Sam Cosme or Devontae Smith. Yeah, that's great. I'll go with lineman. I think they go Cosme. They get you got again. If you're going all in on Fitzpatrick, give him a chance to throw the ball. You still have Sims last year. Could be your wide receiver 3. He made some plays. That big gangly dude. I don't hate that. So now we're at pick 20. The Chicago Bears. Quarterback, obviously. Tackle, wide receiver, corner. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'll do it. We're having fun here. This is all on chat. This is all on chat. This is the one time. This is the one time. I'll trust chat. It's... no. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Chad wants me to get Kellen Mond to the Chicago Bears at pick 20 in the first round. Chris Sims, fourth best quarterback. Talk me off him or we're going somewhere else. Okay, everyone's kind of chilling here. I'm seeing a lot of Jenkins. Go Tevin Jenkins on the offensive line. Devontae Smith. Oh. I'm thinking for sure this is the pick. If Devontae Smith's still on the board, and then there's like reports they're trying to trade Anthony Miller, you got to grab a wideout. Like if you're going Andy Dalton, here's why I like this Devontae Smith selection. You go with Andy Dalton, give him something to throw to that's not just Allen Robinson. You give him Allen Robinson and Devontae Smith, that's gonna look, kind of similar to what he was throwing. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, the Bears. I feel so sorry. It's like you literally just, O-line was the shits. But you literally just saw Andy Dalton with Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb not do anything. So you're like, well, no, he's going to come here and throw it to Allen Robinson, and he'll do better. It doesn't really work like that. So get Devontae Smith. I like it. Pick 20. The Colts. They're probably running this one up. Colts are definitely, they're going Tevin Jenkins. They're going to go best tackle on the board. Left tackle, got to replace Anthony Costanzo. Yeah. 22. Congrats on the pick, though. There you go. Falling. Slipping a little bit. Pick 22, Tennessee Titans. Looking for a corner to replace Adoree Jackson. Wide receiver, tackle, safety. Man, that's Isaiah Wilson. Ugh. Look at the guys that are available at corner. You can go Greg Newsome, Eric Stokes. Wideouts, you got Rashad Bateman. Ooh, Elijah Moore's rising up here, but Kadarius Toney could be in play. People are saying Kwity Paye. I could see Paye, potentially. Ojulari, Stokes, Newsome. Didn't they sign an edge, though? Don't they have... They have Harold Landry. And, did they get Bud Dupree? Like, they don't need, like, an outside linebacker. They need someone on the line. That's... How do they view Kwity Paye? Oh, here we go. We're getting a run here. I don't hate it. I'm going to lock it in. 22, Tennessee Titans select Rashad Bateman. It was between Bateman and Greg Newsome. I feel like at this spot, I don't think... The fact that they released Adoree Jackson makes me feel like they like the guys they have on the roster. I can't attest to who they have. But that makes me think that's their idea. They lost Corey Davis because they couldn't afford him in wide receiver. So now they might view wide receiver as a bigger hole to fill than corner. And if that's the case, you go Rashad Bateman. Bonafide, this range wide receiver. I think he's a guy that can be between 20 and 40. Like, that's where I think he'll end up going. He's nice, though. He's nice and gives you another weapon. That's not A.J. Brown. 23, the Jets made the selection. They got Zach Wilson back for pick 23. We got corner, edge, wide receiver, tight end, running back, linebacker as their potential needs. Corner, Greg Newsome still staring us in the face. Edge rusher, Kwity Paye makes some sense. Aziz Ojulari makes some sense. None of the wide receivers really do. You're not going to go fry him with here. They could go running back. ETN, Najee Harris, depending on who they have as RB1. All right, I like it. I like it. Seems to be kind of consensus. Got Jet fans chiming in. They want Greg Newsome. You get one of the youngest players. He's going to be 20. Very high ceiling. Hopefully he kind of puts it together with the production. He's one of those guys that like gets a lot of pass breakups, not a lot of interceptions. You'd like him to get a little more interceptions. 24 interceptions, but they're not the be-all end-all. Interceptions are not. 24, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're looking for corner, tackle, running back, interior offensive line. They could absolutely go. I don't think I'm going to go running back, but they absolutely could go running back here. It would be dumb, but there's also a line of thinking that it's smart getting a running back this spot in the first round because you get that fifth-year option, and you don't have to, hopefully you just ride them, the wheels fall off, and you don't have to give them that second contract. Stokes, I'm seeing some Stokes. That would be a great pick. Get that 4.2 speed on the outside. Hopefully it works out better than Artie Burns. I think he's definitely a better player than Artie Burns. See some Najee Harris. On offensive tackle, you could grab Eckenberg, Raduns, Leatherwood, Mayfield could go in the first round. Christensen, he's old as hell, but he was like an S-tier athlete at his pro day. Landon Dickerson can make sense as well. Bonafide first rounder. Definitely feels like a Steeler. Humphrey could go in the first round. I just don't feel... I feel like all the teams that are going to need an interior line or center probably going to hope they fall in the second round. Cosby's off the board. We got him into Washington. I'm thinking, I don't want to do it. And we'll give you the big board. Stokes or Dickerson? Steeler fans want Dickerson. They want him. They can have him. Oh, 24. Landon Dickerson out of Al. I mean, you can play center or guard, and you need both, right? You need a center, you need a guard on the other side of DeCastro. Is DeCastro still there? He didn't retire, did he? He's still there. It was Pouncey. 25, Jacksonville. Anyone really sliding right now that should be off the board? Probably not. All right. Jags need tackle, wide receiver, safety, running back, corner, tight end. So looking at the tackles, still, again, guys that are absolutely could be graded as first-round tackles. Wide out, Elijah Moore, Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney makes some sense. Stylistically, the Florida ties. Seems like the kind of guy, kind of utility player. Percy Harvin. You know Urban Meyer wants a Percy Harvin type, and I don't know if he would view Laviska Shenault as that. Rondell Moore can make sense. Safety, we have Morey, we have Javon Holland. I personally have Javon Holland as my, this is just this website. I think Holland is 1. I think I actually had Morey as my safety 3. But absolutely, Shaq can lead us that way. Or they still have their pick of the litter at running back. I think that's disrespectful to James Robinson to have running back that high. Terrace Marshall. Any Jags fans in chat that can sway this? Seeing Tony, Jalen Mayfield. Could be Mayfield too. No, Meyer wouldn't have been the coach then. I think when Mayfield had his all-star game against Chase Young. Okay. I've seen enough of it. Just because this is not my mock draft. I think I would go Javon Holland. I think stylistically, kind of player that Urban Meyer likes. But chat, it's not a bad pick at all. I'll make it. They want Jalen Mayfield. Can do tackle, can be a guard, but most likely plug and play. What side's he going to play on, though? Cam Robinson they just tagged. So it's Jawan Taylor that just hasn't done shit. So that's what's going on. I don't know, Again, you're looking at the board. Who's slipping? and you're looking at 25. So which one of these guys? Like, depending on this website, right? I mean, someone could fall in with OA. Christian Barmore. I have Christian Barmore as a top 15 pick. So Christian Barmore's still on the board. They could have went Barmore for sure. Ew. Why wouldn't they? Morig's there. Quiddy Pay's there as well. Someone going to get Barmore here, though. This is disrespect. How does this website have 28? All right, 26. Browns are on the clock. Edge rusher, I assume this is probably not before the Clowney signing. But even the Clowney signing is 1 year. They need interior D-line, wide receiver, corner. Okay, can we get him Barmore here? You compare Christian Barmore, they had to replace Larry Ogunjobi. Oh, that has to be the pick. Seeing Stokes, I almost like this. There's no way. Christian Barmore is way better than this. Yeah, I'm making this pick. Barmore going there to the Browns. There you go. You get D tackle 1 at 26. Baltimore Ravens, edge rusher, safety, wide receiver, and tackle. I think you're looking at the edges here. Ojulari, Quiddy Pay definitely jump off the board. The way that Baltimore generally develops players, you could be enticed by Jason Oway's upside. Morig's there at safety. Holland's there at safety. For wide receiver, Tony, Terrace Marshall gives you a little bit of size on the out there. Zaven Collins, could find a way to use him creatively. Tackle, prepare for life beyond Orlando Brown Jr. I'm seeing Quiddy. I think the fact that they're looking at edge, I think you can't go wrong with one of these guys. I think that's absolutely where they're going to be going. And given... We'll grab Quiddy Pay here. I like Ojulari more, but I feel like... I don't know. Man, this is tough. I would probably go Ojulari if I'm in the market of... If I'm the Baltimore Ravens there. But Quiddy Pay... Okay, chat likes Quiddy Pay. Let's grab him. Not a bad pick at all. 28, the New Orleans Saints. Looking corner, wide receiver, edge, linebacker. So those are the edges. Azeez Ojulari's still there. Probably be top of that list. At corner... Eric Stokes, guy that can run, man. Between him and Rashaan Slater, you have two of the fastest corner tandems in the league. Wide receiver, Kadarius Toney, all these Rondale Moore would be pretty goddamn terrifying. Ojulari, okay, let's get going. They like Ojulari. We'll grab him there for the New Orleans Saints over Stokes. Green Bay's up. They need tackle, wide receiver, corner, interior D-line. So at corner, Eric Stokes, right? You got to tackle Eckenberg, Redunds, Leatherwood. Wide receiver, Elijah Moore, Kadarius Toney, Terrace Marshall, Rondale Moore. I'm thinking Stokes or a wide receiver. Rondale Moore would be intriguing. Maybe teams could be scared about that size coming in at 5'7" to draft him in the first round. So that would be opening up more to a Kadarius Toney, Terrace Marshall. Could go Sante Samuel Jr. Absolutely. Linebacker. Zaven Collins is there. Davis is there for Kentucky. I'm seeing a lot of love for... It's between Stokes and the wideouts. I'm thinking... The fact that they re-signed Kevin King makes me think they're probably not going to value corner super high. So then we kick the can down to tackle. Given this bunch of tackles, there's not probably a whole lot separation between Eckenberg here at 40 and Spencer Brown at 86. And you're thinking maybe one of those guys will still be on the board in the second round. But it's not going to be on the second round. Kadarius Toney or Terrace Marshall. So I'm going to have them get Kadarius Toney, wide receiver from Florida, very high ceiling, and can do it all. He can do it all, man. He's so shifty. He's basically... Peak LaShawn McCoy is like the exact same agility this guy has, making guys look stupid in space. I want to see that, honestly. I would love to see Aaron Rodgers, Kadarius Toney. 30, we have the Buffalo Bills. Corner, edge, wide receiver, running back. Looking at our big board here. They're definitely not going running back, I'll tell you that. Could go... Jason Oweh, I don't think they're going to take the flyer on that. I think you look at the Buffalo Bills as a team... probably doesn't want to wait and see. Like, they're trying to win now. They're going to need an edge rusher that needs to come in right now. I'm seeing Greg Rousseau way down here at 52, though. Absolutely would be kind of keeping my eyes on that. Corner, you got Eric Stokes. Speed on the outside. It's their top need here. I'm thinking that's the pick. It's either Stokes or you're gonna say screw it and let's get like Greg Rousseau or something like that. Let's do that one. I like it. We're gonna pick the pace up. They're gonna get Eric Stokes, corner from Georgia. Him and Trey White. Good God. 31. Kansas City Chiefs looking for a tackle, wide receiver, linebacker, interior line. I think tackle. Have they even signed a tackle yet? Let's Eckenberg, Redunds, Leatherwood. I'm thinking. I like Redunds the most out of these guys, personally. Leatherwood tested really well at his pro day, and he has a little bit more versatility. He's played tackle and guard. But I feel like you're replacing Eric Fisher's small school tackle. Why not replace him with another small school tackle? Like, I feel like Redunds is kind of what they want, but they also need slot wide receivers. You can get Elijah Moore, Rondale Moore right away. Rondale Moore. Like, this is getting into that territory of, like, pairing Jeff Okudah and Patrick Surtain if you're the Lions at 7. Pairing Rondale Moore and Tyreek Hill is absolutely disgusting, but you gotta protect Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes can make bad wide receivers look good. He can't make bad offensive linemen look good, as in the Super Bowl. I think that's probably why I will make a tackle pick. But where do you guys think? Christensen, I mean, yeah, BYU, Andy Reid likes his BYU guys. I mean, Spencer Brown, a 10, a perfect 10 on the Raz was pretty dumb. But Eckenberg's top of the board. I have Redunds. I mean, it's 40 and 41 here. I'm seeing some Leatherwood, though. Alex Leatherwood? That's where you guys want to go? Eckenberg. All right, we'll do it, man. Chat wants Leatherberg. They want Leatherwood, offensive tackle from Alabama. After his pro day, he should go probably in the first round. Some team's going to fall in love with the athletic ability. And we're moving on to 32, and then I can get a drink. My voice is getting ready to crack like I'm going through puberty again. So we got interior D-line, running back, edge, wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think probably not going to go running back. They just signed Gio Bernard. Maybe they want like long-term stability. I mean, if they view this could be like the Chiefs getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire. If they have like their top available player left, they're going to BPA is a running back. They could. Interior D-line, you have Onwuzurike, Davion Nixon. I think they both could potentially go in the first round. Edge rusher, they could go because they could wait and see. Ooh. I like that pick personally. Right now, my top pick would be then getting Greg Rousseau. The fact that he's that low, oof. I know people are like low on him right now, but you're not gonna have to throw him to the wolves. He can be a strictly developmental edge rusher, and then you have kind of like that one, fellas. Travis Etienne because they can. I got Rondale Moore. The disrespect to Scotty Miller. Nixon. Interior D-line or edge. I like that more than wide. I'm going to have them do that. I'm going to have them get Greg Rousseau. Get the 6'7", like 20-year-old. You don't have to throw him to the Wolves. You got Shaq Barrett. You have JPP, right? They still have JPP, right? So you don't have to throw him to the Wolves. Two really good guys to learn from. We're doing that, man. We're starting the second round. I'm going to go grab a drink because I literally spilled my old one here. And I'll be back in T-minus 1 minute. All right, back from intermission. Not visually back. Got to retake my puffer. So we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. We're already an hour in. And now that we're getting the second round, we're just going to be obviously working off of these team needs so we can trust that they're accurate. Jags, looking for a playmaker for T-Law. I'm seeing an obvious selection here. They want Moehrig? I thought they'd want Rondale Moore. That makes sense. So if he's safety one. I can get Holland with the other second round. Oh. Brendan Fisher, I absolutely agree with that logic, but it looks like chat's not going your way. I absolutely think you get like Rondale Moore here, and almost certainly Javon Holland is going to be there. And I'd rather that than Moehrig here, and then like whatever wideouts left at 45. But, all right. All right, we're back. And we're going to start with Moehrig. This is out of the second round. The first safety has been drafted. Hopefully he's not sitting there in the draft waiting room all that time. Pick 34, the Jets. They're looking edge, wide receiver, tight end. Edges, they have Owe. Don't necessarily think the Jets, while they're in like, Owe is the kind of guy, he's going to get picked by a team that doesn't need him to be good right away. And when you're the Jets, you're trying to be good. Like, you want good players right away. You don't want to have like a guy that's like, oh, he's going to develop as we develop. Don't really want that. So at wide receiver here, though, this is now another interesting question because, you know, you have got a bunch of guys that might be pigeonholed in the slot here. And we're already giving up on Denzel Mims. The disrespect. Tight end, they go Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth is top tight end available. But I am agreeing with Chad here. They are saying, I'm going Najee Harris. I think running back, the second round, price that they go. And if you're the Jets, I feel like you're going to be more, I just feel like Najee Harris is going to be more Robert Saleh type guy. You know, the do-it-all, hard-nosed power back over the finesse guy. So we're going to side with Harris because running back should be very important. Assuming the Jets are going to try to be like the 49ers a little bit, going to need to build up them stable running backs. 35, we have the Atlanta Falcons looking for a quarterback, edge, tackle. Could look at linebacker, running back as well. ETN could absolutely be in contention, especially if you're trying to make that Falcons offense viable. Quarterback, they're not going one yet. Edge rusher, you know, Osai. That could be kind of what you look for. Linebacker, Zaven Collins, you know. That could be a nice option. Kellen Mond. What QBs are on the board? We still got Mills, Mond, Trask. Richie Grant. Safety. Could get Javon Holland here. I do think, personally, I would go pass rusher. I get the best pass rusher they think is available. I don't know what their scheme's going to be on defense. If they're going to be a 4-3 or a 3-4. Had that in my notes, and then I spilled a bunch of fucking pop on it. All right, chat is siding with Joseph Asai from Texas. I like it. And here, we're just going to run this pickup real fast. Clearly, Miami's getting ETN. That's their home run. And here comes a fun pick. Back with the Eagles. Philly got J.C. Horn in the first round. So they're here looking at, well, we already know the player that he's been dropping in the news, that they've been talking to him, and that's Terrace Marshall Jr. Like, this is like the most realistic. If you told me C4, you had to bet $100. This is hypothetical, on nailing the Eagles' first 2 picks. I would say it's going to be J.C. Horn and Terrace Marshall Jr., even though I wouldn't hate that. I like Rondale Moore a lot, too. But you're still here with Philly. I think, it wouldn't surprise me if they got Jason away, just because that's an Eagle pick. Zaven Collins, I'd be screaming for something like that. Him or Jamin Davis. They could go corner. Javon Holland, if he's your top. They're saying, I'm not picking a quarterback. Come on, fellas. We'll just get what's going to happen here. Let's just keep rolling, because then hopefully at the end we might have like a realistic Eagles mock draft, like a truly one. But yeah, they'll go Marshall. I like it. 6 feet tall, 6'2" actually on the outside. They got to replace. You can't gamble that Travis Fulham's going to be that guy. You got to make sure you find that player in your offense. That could very well be Marshall Jr. The Bengals, they're here after passing on Jamar Chase. Ooh. I mean, you have Tyler Boyd in the slot. Rondale Moore, you need a guy on the outside. Tight end, Freiermuth. Sure. I mean, I thought didn't Cam Sample do okay last year? Go on the interior. Oh, Creed Humphrey. Oh, wouldn't hate that. Billy Price is garbage. Oh, that'd be a nice pick. Edge rusher, they could go away. Oh man, they have to go Creed Humphrey, right? I think we're going to have to trump this one. I think I might have to trump chat. Creed Humphrey. They're not going to go Rondale Moore. Rondale Moore's a slot guy, and Tyler Boyd's their slot. That's absolutely what they don't need. They need someone that can go and try to be their next AJ Green. I'm going with Creed Humphrey, man. That's 100%. There you go. Creed Humphrey, you get the best, in my opinion, no disrespect to Vera Tucker, but you get the best interior lineman in this draft in Creed Humphrey, and you get the best tackle. That's how you go, hey, Joe. Here you go, Joe Burrow. Go win us a lot of games. 39. Carolina Panthers. Get back to the big board here. Looking corner, tight end, quarterback still. I don't really know why I would be throwing that in. I'm thinking here. Zaven Collins, right? They corners that are left. Calvin Jones, Sante Samuel Jr. Okay, Samuel Jr. actually could be a good pick here. Melifonwu, Tyson Campbell, Adebo could all go first round. I'm thinking, though, Zaven Collins, man, that's I don't know. That seems like a great piece to put on that defense. So what are we thinking? We got Zaven Collins. We'll say Sante Samuel Jr. or Pat Freiermuth. Top tight end available. I'm going to have them go with the value pick and grab Zaven Collins. Either way, can't lose. Zaven Collins here or Sante Samuel here, both equally impactful in the defense, right? Because your linebacker, you don't really consider Jeremy Chin a linebacker. He's kind of just he's there. So your linebackers are Shaq Thompson and you got Hassan Riddick as an edge, but I like Zaven Collins. Because he also can give you some pass rush ability. I think he can just be a great rotational piece. 40 with the Denver Broncos, who got Trey Lance, right? Denver got Trey Lance at pick 9. So they're going to be looking for a linebacker. They're probably fuming. Absolutely fuming that Zaven Collins is gone, because that would have been a home run pick. But there still is a very good linebacker in Jamin Davis here from Kentucky. This guy, he's literally probably the most jacked player in this draft, I think. I don't know why they have corner. Obviously, they have Band-Aids at corner, not long-term options. But, I don't really see corner being a massive need. Right tackle, potentially. Radunz, Eckenberg. Asante, I don't know why you'd go Asante. They have Bryce Callahan in the slot. All right, here we're going to go. We're going to get them a linebacker. I like it. Jamin Davis, S tier. That's that's the way NFL's going nowadays, right? You need that S tier athlete linebacker. He was unreal at Kentucky. 41. So Jalen Waddle went in the first round of Detroit. We now have corner, tackle, quarterback. I feel like at this spot, didn't they just get rid of Justin Coleman? They just got rid of Justin Coleman. He was paid big money to come in and try to solve their slot corner issues. And here you sit with kind of what you're looking for in Asante Samuel. I think tackle makes sense, but are the it's a new regime. I feel like I don't know if the Lions want to publicly take the L on Big V. So I think we're gonna go Asante Samuel Jr. Giants are up. They need edge. They got Micah Parsons. I think if you're looking for 3-4 edge on Zuriki, you could put him, right? You could put him on the other side of, what is their front three? Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, and who? I assume you're going to move Dexter Lawrence to nose tackle. So then, if that's the case, Nixon or on Zuriki makes some sense because Zuriki's what, 290, 285? So that would be, edge. Owe. You like Owe? I'll grab him. Okay, he's top. Owe. He's top on the board. We'll grab him. Giants fans going off. 43. San Francisco 49ers looking for an interior offensive lineman, corner as well, after selecting Justin Fields. So to help out Justin Fields, you have Wyatt Davis, Minards. Could go this range. Maybe a little pricey. At corner, you still have Kelvin. I don't know if they're going to, red flags and stuff. Going down the board, Adebo and Tyson Campbell. Melifonwu, potentially. Could be in play. Offensive tackle. I don't know why they have that. That's like a long-term play because you just got Trent Williams back. Safety, Javon Holland would be nice here. Wyatt Davis. Giant. Okay, we're going. I don't hate it. Getting a guard here. Wyatt Davis. Dallas up at 44. Interior D-line. Offensive tackle. Looking for an edge rusher. Boogie Basham could be on the menu. But I think of your Dallas. Nixon. Right? Again, this pick here is like solidifying. Like, all right, we probably fucked up. Drafting Tristan Hill where we did. Or tackle, man. They had a revolving door tackle last year. Getting a little bit more depth. Could have got, swing tackle. Freiermuth. Solve your tight end problems. Right there. I think Nixon or Freiermuth is where I'm going to go Freiermuth. Grab your tight end. And make that offense even scarier. And he helps in your run game. He's the well-rounded tight end of the top part of these rankings for TEs. 45, Jacksonville. Probably actually a little peeved with that selection. They're looking for wide receiver, running back, corner. Now, Kelvin Joseph, LSU, Trey. I don't think, would you go corner this early after getting Henderson last year? But they don't really have a corner, too. Running back, I'm not disrespecting. I'm not respecting James Robinson. Might as well remove that off the list. Wide open, you got Rondale Moore. I'm going to have them actually make that. That's definitely where they're going. They'd get someone like Rondale Moore. Have that. You now have Rondale Moore, and you would have Laviska Shenault just to run those stupid, not stupid in a bad way, just stupid in a, they're just doing things that are completely different than everyone for the sake of being different. Plays that Urban Meyer's going to have in his offense. Having Rondale Moore and Laviska Shenault at your disposal for that is pretty damn good. And then he also pissed the Patriots off, who most likely would love to have the speed of Rondale Moore at wide receiver. 46, we have the New England Patriots. They need linebacker, wide receiver, corner, safety, wide out. Elijah Moore's there. Julian Edelman just retired, but Jacoby Myers could be, a serviceable slot wide receiver going forward. So you look at linebacker, Nick Bolton, Jabril Cox, Baron Browning's there. Corner, Kelvin Joseph. Patriots are probably, they got J.C. Jackson, who I think had some issues. He worked out well. Javon Holland, prepare for life beyond McCourty's, right? I'm going to say... Davion Nixon could just be like BPA. Where would he play on that line, though? Chat, we got Holland, Campbell, Nick Bolton. A lot of Nick Bolton coming in. They got Kyle Duggar. Mary up. I'm going to have him get him. I think that makes sense. Chat's liking this. Elijah Moore. They're replacing Julian Edelman. They don't like Myers. They want Myers being a depth guy. 47. Chargers are up. They're looking for an edge, safety, cornerback. I definitely think they need to be looking at corner. Their corner room. What is their corner room right now? Who do they got? Charles Harris. That's about it. So I'm thinking Tyson Campbell, Melifanu, Adebo, Kelvin Joseph. Makes some sense here for the Chargers. Given who's available, I kind of like Tyson Campbell here. But then again, you're going to be... You need, I don't know. I don't know how quickly you want to throw Tyson Campbell to the fire there. A little bit. We got Tay Gowan, Central Florida. Marco Wilson, dominated. We're talking about that. Joseph, Kelvin Joseph, Melifanu, Campbell, Joseph, Melifanu. Trying to think what they like in corners, like the Casey Hayward type. Slender. I think Melifanu, I think just knowing the build of what they like in a corner, I'm going to have them get Tyson Campbell. Like that track star. I feel like that's the style they want. 48. The Raiders are on the clock. Now needing a right tackle still. Interior offensive line to replace Mr. Rodney Hudson. Oh, this could be a Quinn Miners. That is 100% a Gruden grinder. That is 100% the guy John Gruden would want. Who's still at the tackle? Eckenberg, Redund. Oh, Redunds is also a Gruden grinder. I think that's where I would go at this point. I mean, Miners would be funny. I think tackle's a bigger issue. I'm gonna have them get Redunds here. Gruden grinder. That pick was made 100% with Gruden grinder glasses on. 49, we have the Arizona Cardinals running back interior offensive line. I mean, who's their center? Could they use Miners? They have Lamont Gaillard from Georgia. That'd actually be a good pick. Miners there. At running back, you got Javonte Williams, Michael Carter, Kenneth Gainwell. Tight end, Breven Jordan. Probably a little early for him. At linebacker, Nick Bolton. You grab Nick Bolton. Put him right back there with Jordan Hicks. Who did the Raiders get in round one? The Raiders selected Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Got a linebacker. Rodney Hudson. Oh! We were just talking about the Raiders. They don't need Miners. All right, so the guard. Top guard would be Trey Smith. Trey Smith, Deontay Brown, somewhere in that territory. You can wait. I like Javonte Williams going there. Let's go there. Let's grab Javonte Williams. That's a good matchup. So fun, man. Such a fun running back to watch. We got the Dolphins, who definitely need a tight end. Mike Gesicki doesn't exist, according to this website. But they're looking linebacker, interior offensive line. Ooh. Here's absolutely where they could go and get a center. Get a starting center. Help out that offensive line, right? Also could get Nick Bolton for sure. But yeah, Javonte Williams. It's they got at running back. They got Edmonds, who's he's been a guy. They got James Conner. Didn't they just sign him like a 1-year deal, very little money? Like I was shocked. Flyer. So get that beast right there, man. Get Javonte Williams. Get a legit. What I'm seeing right there from the Cardinals is they are not confident in their running back room whatsoever. So there you go. There's your 3-down running back of the future. So pack 50, we have the Dolphins. I'm thinking let's help out the O-line. I still think that's absolutely what they need to do to help out Tua. And no one had a bigger Senior Bowl than Minards at center. 51, Washington football team. We're looking linebacker, safety. Well, this, I don't really know who else could go ahead of Nick Bolton. But, they still got some tackle. They want to go O-line here. Eckenberg, which they double up at tackle, get a left and a right tackle. Safety, Javon Holland. But they probably like Cam Curl, right? Don't they have Cam Curl and Landon Collins? Wide receiver, Mary Rogers is here. I think we'll grab Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton, let's sure up the middle of that defense. 52, Chicago Bears. Ooh, I like this. Let's just make this. Ooh. Do we go Kellen Mond or do we go Kyle Trask? Could go Davis Mills. I think probably Mond. This is the time we go Kellen Mond here. We get them a QB prospect that is not super costly, but you could probably get a good feel about where your quarterback room is in 2022 watching them for a full year. I think we're going to, appeal to the Mond Hyde, and we're going to get them a quarterback. Kellen Mond to the Chicago Bears. 53. Tennessee Titans looking for a corner or tackle. At corner, we have Kelvin Joseph, Melifonwu, Adebayo. Those are guys that I would say Sean Wade's way down there. They could look for Sean Wade. But there still is some really good offensive tackles. So I'm going to have them just grab best tackle available. And that is Eckenberg from Notre Dame. The Colts at 54 looking for corner, wide receiver, interior of the defensive line. And here is where he's going. Davion Nixon. Not even going to think twice about that. Still, I think could go in the first round, potentially, after Barmore's gone. So I'm going to have the Colts right away continue to improve that defense. 55, Pittsburgh Steelers looking for a corner, tackle, running back after grabbing Landon Dickerson in the first round. So the tackles that are available, I would say Spencer Brown, probably the highest available tackle. I on my personal board that if we're going tackle, I would go that direction. At corner, Kelvin Joseph seems like he'd be an interesting fit for that defense. Melifonwu would be an interesting fit for that defense. I don't think Adebayo would. Running back, you got Michael Carter, Kenneth Gainwell, Trey Sermon. I don't think they'd go running back here. I think they'd still be waiting. Because I don't know if they'd want like that. These guys here are like more receivers than they are. Then again, I mean, you could go one of these guys and pair him with Benny Snell. I could grab Brady Christian. He's 25 though. He's so old. Spencer Brown is S-tier athlete. People saying corner. All right, let's grab top corner available. We'll grab Kelvin Joseph from Kentucky. The Steelers improve their defense. Seahawks make their first appearance. They're looking for edge or offensive tackle, corner, outside corner. So that'd be Melifano Adebayo. Tackle, we still have Spencer Brown in play, Christensen, Carmen. Top edge rushers, we have Joe Tryon, Boogie Basham. Will he swinging for an edge again? Seeing people say Brady Christensen. James Hudson down here, Cincinnati. Wasn't he like a transfer from Michigan? All right, we're going top tackle here. They're helping Russ, and they're going Brady Christensen, offensive tackle, BYU. 57, the Rams are up. They're also looking for offensive linemen. We'll go out to the big picture here for the Rams. Tight end, Jabril Cox is there. Someone's got to take on. They're going to make this pick. They're going to pick the best guy available to help out Aaron Donald. Arwuzurike free falling. I think he's going to be a DN and a 3-4. We'll have them get him. BPA. 58. Oh, we're running this one to the board. They're going to get Javon Holland. My opinion, top safety still on the board at 58. Ravens just hauling ass up to the podium. 59. Obviously wasn't updated, I don't think. They're still looking for edge. We got wide receiver corner. Third, they need that wide receiver. Do they even need wide receiver? Like, is OBJ getting traded? Is there some rumors I don't know? I'm not aware about. Linebacker. Jabril Cox, Baron Brown. Ooh, Baron Browning. That could be an interesting piece. Ohio State. Let's do it, man. Baron Browning, Ohio State, going to Cleveland. 60. The Saints looking for corner or wide receiver help. Wide out, Mary Rogers, slot guy. Probably don't really need that with Michael Thomas there. Brown's the deep threat. Nico Collins, height, weight, speed. Eskridge has just pure speed. I don't think that's... What do you got at corner? I think I'd go Paulson Adebo here. I think they need outside corner. What are we seeing here? Cox? No, we'll go Adebo. We'll grab a corner and then get linebacker later. 61. Buffalo Bills. Edge rusher, wide receiver, running back. So the Bills, what do they got at wide? I guess Stephon Diggs can go everywhere. You got Gabriel Davis on the outside, jump ball guy. So you need a burner. No real burner. Probably worth a pick here at 61. You can wait a little bit later. Edge rushers. Boogie Basham seems like a guy. I think we're going to grab Boogie. Grabbing their edge rusher. Green Bay's still looking for a tackle. Wish I'd get top tackle available. Athletic freaks. I mean, Melifano maybe on the outside. But again, I think they'll push that can down the road just a little bit. It will have them grab Spencer Brown at tackle. 63, Kansas City. Wide receiver. Let's look at the big board here. Well, they got... What do you got? You got McCole Hardman for speed. You got Tyreek for speed, move all over the place. Who is going to be the Chiefs' big outside wide receiver? Who can win on the outside? I don't really think the board's falling too well for that. At least at this price point of 63. So I think linebacker is where we can look more. Jabril Cox is there. That's cover guy. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Long-term, him and Willie Gay. I like that pick, chat. 64, Tampa Bay. Looking for an interior D lineman, running back still. Michael Carter, Gainwell. On the interior of that D-line. Milton Williams, S-tier athlete. What do they need? Safety. They hit on dude from Minnesota last year. Golden Williams, man, sounds pretty good. Have him. Have like a high ceiling, good athlete right now. Learn behind Ndamukong Suh. I'm thinking. Huh. Jay Tefele? Ooh. Yep. Like it, baby. And we're starting round 3. Jay Tefele closes out round 2. We're going to pick up the pace just a smidge. Just a smidge. All right, looking at the Jags. There we go. Let's pick it up. Jacksonville. Corner, tight end, interior D lineman. Is what they're going for right now. Top corners, Aaron Robinson. I think I'll get them my top corner available. Actually, who's our running back? Again, I'm not disrespecting him. Let's go tight end. Brevin Jordan, bro. I'm going to get Brevin Jordan. 66, the Jets. Edge, wide receiver, tight end. Tight end just went off the board. Probably wouldn't go there. So at edge, they got Tryon Perkins. You got to think, they're going to a 4-3 now, right? They're switching to a 4-3, so they probably wouldn't be on for him. Perkins could make some sense. Quincy Roche. Wide out. I don't really think they need a wide out personally. They're probably super pissed they couldn't get Brevin Jordan. Perkins? Probably. IOL is a big need. Center guard, Trey Smith. Trey Smith tested very well at his pro day. You know what? I'm gonna trump chat. Chat is coming around. They have to. You watch BYU. You watch Zach Wilson. He had the benefit of having an outstanding offensive line. You know what they don't have right now in New York is an outstanding offensive line. Trey Smith, 3rd round, good value. 67, Houston Texans. Welcome aboard. Unless something happens with Deshaun Watson sooner than later, they are not going to have high draft capital. They're looking for corners. I'm not trusting the site just because I clearly have Melifonwu higher, so I'm going to have them at, what do we got at interior D-line? Milton Williams, Tommy Togi. Okay, Togi, wide receiver. Corners are top need. I'm just going to have this go. They're going to get Melifonwu. They're going to get the top of my corner. Now, really from here on out, I can agree with the website. Falcons, quarterback. Ooh, Kyle Trask is still here. Is it time for them to think about improving the quarterback spot? Get that guy in the pipeline behind Matt Ryan. Davis Mills is there as well. An offensive tackle, Jackson Carman could make sense here. Linebacker, Pete Warner's stock's really gone up that much. They could look, Michael Carter, Kenneth Gainwell, go running back there. Who's their starting running back right now? They don't have Gurley. They just got rid of Ito Smith. Freeman's not there. I literally could not tell you. Maybe that's my disrespect of how out of touch I am with the Atlanta Falcons. I could not tell you who RB1 is for the Falcons. Is it Brian Hill? All right, we're saying QB. I'm seeing Mills and we'll go Trask just because Gator bias. Kyle Trask, Atlanta. Third round's a good round for the Falcons to start considering getting the guy behind Matt Ryan. It's not too expensive. Bengals need a wide receiver. That's their top need. And look at who's available. What do they need? Well, let's see. They have Tyler Boyd in the slot. You have Teagan's on the outside. So looking for an outside wide receiver, which means it'd be Tylan Wallace, Nico Collins, Diami Brown. And Brown's that deep threat. Brown's that deep threat that they lost with John Ross not panning out and then no longer be on the roster. So let's get him a deep threat here. Let's grab him Diami Brown from North Carolina. Philadelphia. Man, these needs suck. Philadelphia does not need a tight end. at least like second. Like these must not be in order. Philly has got who? We got J.C. Horn and Terrace Marshall. So we have a wide receiver and a corner. I think linebacker, Surratt makes, going best linebacker, Chaz Surratt in this range. Even McGrone I wouldn't hate. I see a lot of Jordan Hicks and Cam McGrone. Safety, we need more of a box safety, I guess. With Anthony Harris is kind of is more, strength is coverage. Kevon Wallace is another good safety back there. Strength is coverage. You have to get a box safety. That'd be Nasruddin. Philly could go BPA. Looking at the board right now as an Eagle fan, right? Like, who would I want them to get? No QB. I wouldn't want a QB here. I wouldn't hate like a receiving back or something like that can come out the backfield, give us something. Don't think we go wide receiver again. We're not going tight end. We're not going tackle. Myers at center, if you want to start planning for life beyond Jason Kelce, I guess. On the defensive line, yeah, you can go any one of these guys. Williams, Togiai, Tuipulotu, former wrestler, USC. Yeah, sure. Milton Williams, maybe some guys view him as a 3-4 end. Linebacker, I think, man, it got to be linebacker. Corner, no corners I'm in love with. I think Philly should double dip, get a couple I'm going to have them get Shaun Wade. Here's why. What does Philly need that we don't really know? We either need a safety, but Shaun Wade's not really a tackle guy, but we need a safety. Need a slot corner. They are not going to go with Avonte Madden. We need a slot corner. Shaun Wade, probably the best slot corner in the draft. Like when you think about it, like Surtain outside, Horn outside, Farley outside, Newsome outside, Stokes outside. Asante Samuel. Okay, Asante Samuel would be the first slot, who Philly has shown interest in. Therefore, very interested in upgrading the slot position. They may view Avonte Maddox more as a safety. Tyson Campbell outside corner. So yeah, Calvin Joseph outside corner. Adaba outside corner. So there you go. The second slot corner on the draft. That is, he ran the 4.4 when he was in the slot 2 years ago at Ohio State. People thought he was absolute lock for the first round. So you have Darius Slay and J.C. Horn on the outside. Shaun Wade as your slot. And he may be a safety. Could be that Malcolm Jenkins. I like it. 71. Denver Broncos. Looking like the Broncos are hurting on the O-line. Looking for tackle, interior offensive line. Not going to lie, I know... Walker Little could go in this range. Hudson, potentially. Jackson Carman could. I don't know why corner's so high. I think corner's the strength of... I think if you're a Bronco fan, you're thinking corner's a strength of your squad. Maybe not long-term strength, but a strength nonetheless. I don't really know. Could go running back. They could try to pair that receiving back with Melvin Gordon. This is where it gets a little interesting. Let's grab him. A guard? Could they go guard this high? Well, I'm going to get Carman. Kind of similar to the Vera Tucker pick to a lesser degree. Carman's either going to be a solid tackle or a solid guard. So that's... Ooh, Milton Williams. Before I hit the pick, that makes some sense too. Put him there on that defensive line. That front three. They just re-signed Shelby Harris. No, let's go O-line. Let's get Carman because he kind of gets two birds stoned at once there. Tackle or guard, he'll play somewhere. 72. The Detroit Lions looking tackle quarterback. Who's still left the QB? They could go Davis Mills. Maybe, I feel like this point you might want to wait a little bit for a QB, but Mills could go there. Offensive tackle, find the right tackle. Again, I don't know how willing they'd be to wave the white flag on the Big V signing. Third round could be a little generous. At linebacker, though, there's some guys. McGrone, Chaz Surratt, Pete Werner. I think that's what we'll grab. We'll grab Surratt. I don't really have Werner higher than those two. I think Surratt and McGrone, very similar tier of linebacker. But there you go. You get the guy. Hopefully it's going to be an upgrade over Jared Davis. 73. Carolina Panthers are on the clock. We've grabbed tackle and linebacker so far. So they're looking definitely, I think, corner. Aaron Robinson go on the outside. Can he go on the outside, though? He's a slot. They do need slot. They do need a slot corner. Molden also is a slot corner. I'm thinking, my boy's Robert Rashad. We'll have him go slot. I know a little bit more about Molden, but I'll trust the website. We'll get them a slot corner. They need a slot. I mean, Troy Pride Jr. Really? 74, Washington. Safety, corner, wide receiver, quarterback. Ooh. This could be where Davis Mills. This could be Davis Mills territory. Corner. Again, they're probably looking more so for outside guys. I'm not going to disrespect Slim Jimmy Moreland as their starting slot. Wide receiver. Nico Collins. Height, weight, speed on the outside. Tylan Wallace. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Depends. St. Brown, what are they saying here? Slot? I think St. Brown makes some sense here for Washington. I'm thinking... We can go... I think it would be some territory of like quarterback. I'm gonna have them get just because I think they need someone that can go on the outside. I'm gonna have them grab Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that's, I don't know. It just depends what more do you like on the outside. Do you want a taller guy? Then you go Nico Collins. You want a guy that's maybe a slightly better route runner? You go Tylan Wallace. But I think the middle ground of those two extremes would be St. Brown, so that's why he penciled in him here. Help for Scary Terry and Curtis Samuel. 75, Dallas. Look at interior D-line, offensive tackle, edge rusher. I think on the interior of that D-line. Again, man, Milton Williams not really like a... you got to be in a 3-4. I'm not going to a 3-4. So I'm gonna get Togiai, interior D-line. I think that's probably, you got to build from the front back. And they lost a lot on that D-line. 76, the New York Giants. Corner, wide receiver, offensive tackle, interior offensive line. Could look at quarterback. Davis Mills might not be the worst thing. But also, corner, they just got Adoree Jackson. I wouldn't be overly worried at corner. Wide receiver, they just paid Kenny Golladay. Sterling Shepard's there. Darius Slayton's there. Offensive tackle, they need a right tackle. I'm not seeing a starting right tackle. At least a right tackle that's better than Matt Peart. I actually don't hate the idea of Davis Mills here. Just because it covers your ass a little bit in case Danny Dimes is like good enough to play you, like not into like top 5 pick to get a big clear upgrade next year. Interior offensive line. They could go Josh Myers. That's a center. Do they like Nick Gates? Okay, no, this dude needs to go. Tremble, Little. Man, I don't know. This is a tough one. Running back. Don't hate that. Oh. Ooh, I don't hate that. We'll grab Michael Carter. Receiving back. Because Saquon, you're worried he can't stay healthy. I like that. Daniel Lee, good call. 77, Chargers. They got edge, safety, wide receiver, interior offensive line. Don't they need a center? I feel who'd they sign? They signed Lindsley from the Packers. They absolutely don't need a center. They could use a guard, Deontay Brown. Edge rusher at this range, Perkins. Perkins would get the job done. Melvin Ingram's not getting any younger. Is Melvin Ingram even there? Is he taking like interviews with other teams? Richie Grant. Pairing him back there with Derwin James. Could be spicy. I like that. We'll grab Richie Grant. Richie Grant can play off of Derwin James if he stays healthy. Hopefully he does stay healthy. 78, the Minnesota Vikings. Pretty pissed off. They probably wanted Richie Grant. They needed a safety. They need corner out because fucking Jeff Glad, he's done. Don't know. I'm trying to see if there's any corner that they have that they're super low on that I'm super high on. I definitely would have Ambry Thomas higher, McQuamu higher. But you could probably wait. Edge. I'm thinking I'll grab a Ronnie Perkins. Get an edge rusher. Daniil Hunter, didn't he request a trade? Or there's rumors that he's unhappy there. He could be gone. Get some edge help in case. And if not, still, Perkins could be a guy that can emerge as the partner in crime with Daniil Hunter. 79. And you piss off the Raiders by getting an edge rusher. Interior O-line. Well, they obviously need a center. Ben Cleveland seems like a Gruden grinder, right? Put him at guard. Take over for Gabe Jackson. They need a safety. Jamar Johnson. That ain't bad. Edge, Joe Tryon. Again, I think Tryon's going to be more of a 3-4 outside linebacker. I don't know if they're going to want another project edge in Janaris Robinson. Corner board's not great. Let's go Myers. Get your center replacement. And again, it's just so stupid. Why not just keep Rodney Hudson and not have to draft a center in the third round? But they're back on the clock again, oddly enough. So look at the big board. Jamar Johnson there. Milton Williams is there, interior D lineman. Milton Williams he's like, 5 pounds lighter than Mo Hurst. And if you're trying to replace Mo Hurst, I just know they need a safety help. They need safety. Let's get Jamar Johnson. Give them that safety help. You want to watch the best of Jamar Johnson? Just go watch Ohio State versus Indiana. 81, Miami Dolphins. Looking for a tight end for some reason. Linebacker. Interior D-line. Safety. Ooh. Actually would make sense here. We already grabbed an edge try-on. They're probably pissed they could have grabbed that a little bit later. Don't need Tremble. They don't need tight end there. But I think Milton Williams. I'm going to have him grab Milton Williams. For that multiple front, there you go. Play everywhere on that D-line. 82, football team. They're looking for a corner. Ooh. Davis Mills could be time. Right around his TDN, the Draft Network rank. Get your developmental option. I wouldn't hate that. Just because I also don't know at the time I had screaming needs for Washington football team. If these are true, these are factual. What's going on? Can I trust or is this fake news? Because I don't need a safety. What world did I need a safety? Let's have him get a quarterback. Let's have him get Mills. Because in what world do they need a safety? Cameron Crowe is really good. And are they ready to give up Landon Collins? Isn't he still good at tackling? 83 Chicago Bears. Tackle, corner, interior O-line, interior D-line, edge. I'm thinking if I'm the Bears, what do we got to tackle? Stone, Forsythe, Hudson. Ugh. Ben Cleveland, given the fact that those are the tackles that are left, I think I'd probably go Walker Little ceiling over everybody else. I'm going to grab Well, I'm going to get Ben Cleveland at guard. Play opposite of James Daniels? Like, who's their right guard? I can't think of the right guard off the top of my head. So I'm going to have him get Ben Cleveland. Philadelphia's up here. Oh, boy. 84 for my Eagles. So far, we have got J.C. Horn, Terrace Marshall, and then Sean Wade. So we have slot corner, outside corner, starting wide receiver. Where does Philly need to go next? They need, I think, linebacker is where I would go. And if Philly's looking at these linebackers, I would hope. I mean, Dylan Moses, my God, that fella's stock has fallen a whole lot. Did not look good. Barnes tested well at the pro day. McGrone's here. Werner's here. I'm going to have them get, in my opinion, a Jordan Hicks regen and grab Cam McGrone from Michigan. Get that third linebacker that when you're not nickel, you can have him, Eric Wilson, and Alex Singleton out on the field at the same time. 85, Tennessee. Still looking for a corner. Big time hole at corner. What do they need, though? What do they have at corner? They got rid of Dory Jackson, and they got rid of dude that got the interception in the Super Bowl, Malcolm Butler. So who do they have at corner? What do they need at corner? How am I going to justify them getting Israel Mukwamu at corner? Because that's who they should get, I think. Nazrul Dean's there. I actually like that pick, though. Go safety here. BPA 93. Not as much of a reach. They have Janoris. They have no Jonnu Smith. They need a tight end. Tommy Treble's there at 64. Hunter Long, 97. Could go in that range. They have Janoris Jenkins. That's all they have at corner. That is not great. So what you do have a Jackrabbit, so you're going to have a guy that's probably more so suited to the slot. Right? You're not going to play him on the outside, but maybe they do. Maybe that's the way they go. Do they play? Did Jackrabbit play on the has he played on the outside since his time ended with the Giants? I don't think. We'll go Tremble in. We'll trust this board. Get Tommy Tremble has 400 career yards at Notre Dame. The Jets looking for edge help at this spot. They still could go TE. I know they're. Tryon is slipping. Just no 3-4 defenses here picking. Actually, I think I know a good spot for him to go. What are our picks so far for the Jets? We got Trey Smith. We got a guard. Najee Harris at running back. Greg Newsome at corner. And obviously Zach Wilson. So you've got... Probably still want to help the offensive line a little bit. Grab a tackle. Who's playing tackle for them nowadays? Christian Fulton. That's another Titan corner I couldn't think of. So for edge, 4-3 edge. I don't even think, can Roche be a 4-3 edge? Yeah, again, he's another 3-4 guy. Peyton Turner. Potentially does seem like a Joe Douglas pick. Peyton Turner does seem like a Joe Douglas pick. That is for sure. But we're looking at the wide receivers here. That could also be in play. Barry Rogers, he's more so going to be a slot. And they have Jamison Crowder there. Until Jamison Crowder's not there. Nico Collins, height, weight, speed on the outside for sure. Tested well, very fast, very athletic. Could go for more proven production, though, in Tylan Wallace. Right tackle is a need, but I don't see a guy that's you go Walker Little and hope to God he can put it all together. We'll go edge. We'll have him get Peyton Turner. That just seems very much like a Joe Douglas pick. Seems like a Howie Roseman pick, so therefore also kind of seems like a Joe Douglas pick for that regard. Still a little Howie Roseman stink on him. Pittsburgh is up. Tackle, running back. Well, here we can get him a running back. Again, I think we'll just grab him Kenneth Gainwell. Get the best running back available, receiving back, that at least complements the guy that you assume is going to be your starter in Benny Snell to probably start the year. I think Gainwell, very high ceiling. And hey, look, we made it to the third round before we burned a high pick there for the Steelers at the running back spot. Third round for the Rams. Rams are finally on the clock. They need help at tackle, interior offensive line, tight end. They got a guard, Deontay Brown, gigantic human being. Still not a fan of the tackles that are available there, being honest with you. Linebacker, they got Werner. Big board here. Tryon still. Ooh. That could just be BPA. That could be BPA there. Don't need an edge. Like, didn't they just get... They got the guy from Alabama last year. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but they got him kind of early at edge. And then you just paid Leonard Floyd. I just think it's too much. It's not a need for them. It's just too much. The guy slips. We're going to grab Tryon. Just a lot of value there. Enough where they're like, all right, hopefully he doesn't burn us so we can still get tackles and shit later on. 89, the Browns. Also looking for edge, wide receiver, corner. The one thing they don't have at wide receiver is like S-tier speed. Right? Odell's not a burner anymore. Jarvis Landry's not a burner. Like DPJ, Donovan Peoples-Jones, probably their fastest guy. I think you probably can do more with Eskridge here than any of these other wide receivers, just from a pure speed standpoint. So I'm going to get Eskridge, had a huge Senior Bowl as well. 90. We have the Minnesota Vikings. They're looking corner safety. You want Eric Wilson's replacement? Eric Wilson started as a safety, worked his way to linebacker. I think Nizrodine, enough there to either be like just, hey, learn everything that Harrison Smith does, or we're just going to get weird with you. Browns are back on the clock here. Looking at the big board. What do they need? Browns need a slot corner. What do they got at slot corner? Molden's there. 68, great value. They have Denzel Ward on the outside, Greedy Williams on the outside. Who is their slot? Chat does not pump in with who there's... I mean, I wish I had the goddamn depth charts here. Let's see. Browns depth chart. Troy Hill. They just paid money for Troy Hill. They're not going to grab a corner there then. All right, so top edge in their scheme could be the Vandy guy. I think a lot of scouts. We'll grab Robinson though. Could be that Vandy guy though. I think Deo Odenigbo. He's like a guy that I think teams within the NFL like a little bit more. 92, Green Bay, corner, interior D-line, linebacker, interior offensive line. Deontay Brown would probably be near the top of that board. For corner, Elijah Molden as your slot. You could look for Werner, interior linebacker. Derek Barnes, Dylan Moses. You know, if you want to gamble that Moses can regain his form that he had before he got hurt, could be buy low on a nice player. I'm thinking, we just gotta start cutting off some needs here. Let's see. Packers depth chart. Yeah, another school that another team that I can't think of who their slot corner would be. Chandon Sullivan. Don't know. You probably could do a little bit better there. But looking at this roster, I'm seeing interior, inside linebacker. Spot for concern. Would they go Werner? Would they buy into the hype from that pro day? Or would they go Dylan Moses and gamble that Moses? I think this would be a spot that I would feel comfortable seeing if Dylan Moses can be the Dylan Moses of old, pre-injury. So we'll have him grab Dylan Moses there. Third round, Buffalo Bills, wide receiver. Running back, that's where we're looking for help. Sermon, I mean, again, I don't know why. Like, you have Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. I don't know. Running back shouldn't be that high, personally. Wide receiver could. What do they got? I think at this point, you absolutely could draft Amari Rodgers. That's where I'd go. Let's get a slot there. Let Stephon Diggs still move around. 94, Kansas City, still back in the market for wideouts. And I think given what they don't really have, height, weight, speed on the outside, I think that is exactly what you get in Nico Collins. Don't have a whole lot of production there in Michigan. I mean, they pretty much are allergic to the forward pass. So we'll have him grab Nico Collins there. 95, Tampa Bay. Still looking for a run. I don't know why they need a running back. Again, this must not be updated. I think if I'm the Bucs, I'm looking on the offensive line. For sure is where I want to try to get better. So I'd go BPA on the offensive line at this point. And if that's the case, I think you go and you look at who's their guys right now. They have Ali Marpet. And on the other side, Alex Kappa. So I would say Deontay Brown would be where I would look at there, improving the inside of that offensive line, inside out. 96, Pittsburgh, the Patriots. New England Patriots, looking for linebacker, corner help, safety, running back, interior D. Trey Sermon still there. A linebacker. Does Pete Werner make sense? Let's go Patriots depth chart. We've already got a quarterback. We've got a wide receiver. We've got multiple wide receivers trying to get fast on that offense. I'm seeing could definitely go running back. Could go somewhere on the defensive line, maybe on the interior. We'll grab the USC D tackle here. Beef up that interior a little bit. The Chargers at 97. Wide out. What do we got at wideouts? Ooh. I like that. I like that fit. Put him on the outside in case Mike Wallace, because he's just, or not Mike Wallace, Mike Williams just can't stay healthy. They need edge help. What are they running? Are they, Chargers are 3-4, right? 3-4, perfect time to select Quincy Roche as an edge. 98, we have the New Orleans Saints. And for the Saints, we are going to be looking. We got him an outside corner. Got him an edge rusher. Didn't get him a running back. Didn't get them a wide receiver. Wide receiver or a linebacker. And I feel at this point, Pete Werner's right there. Grab him their linebacker. How about the depth a little bit there at that spot? Give Demario Davis some help. Replace Alex Anzalone. 99, Dallas. The Cowboys. We've already grabbed them a corner, an interior defensive lineman, a tight end. So I think when you're Dallas, you're going to be looking at maybe a safety at this spot. I would say best safety available is maybe the best direction. And if that's the case, I'm thinking, call me crazy, I'd be going Cisco. Andre Cisco from Syracuse. Ball hawk, elite production. Can give you a little bit more versatility than, say, Xavier Woods was giving Dallas over the last couple of years. The New Day, feel the power. 100, Tennessee Titans. How badly do the Tennessee Titans need a corner? Pretty badly. But that's what happens when you just like make all these cuts and decisions. You know, outside corner at this spot, I think Mukwamu probably fits the style, gives him a little more length on the outside. So we'll grab him there at 100. 101, the Detroit Lions. Tackle, quarterback, interior D lineman. Let's just go BPA here. Forsythe, I mean, you're pretty much just getting like a big V regen with Stone Forsythe. Like I said, as a Gator fan, you're not most likely getting Jamie Newman here yet. I think Detroit safety again could be another team that's thinking about a strong safety potentially. And looking at these rankings, I mean, Gillespie, strong safety. Let's make it happen. Let's make the match in heaven and pair Gillespie there with the Lions. 49ers are up on the clock. San Francisco, we grabbed their quarterback. They still need a corner. My God, everyone needs a corner, and there's none that are really great at this spot. For like the consideration of, we might need you to start sooner than later, buddy. So I would say if you're looking for an outside corner that you probably could throw to the Wolves, Marco Wilson can play outside. Ambry Thomas can play outside. Keith Taylor. Saint-Just from the Senior Bowl. Well, I'm going to get Saint-Just. Canadian. Has length. Good athlete. Good pro day. The Rams are up on the clock next. Staying in the NFC West. The Rams. We have got them an edge rusher. We have Tryon BPA. So now we're going to try and help out their offensive line just a little bit. They need a center. They need a tackle. Kendrick Green, that'd be more of a project move into center. I would say at this point, I would gamble on Walker Little. Just to gamble on a former 5-star that hasn't really had an opportunity in college to stay healthy. And it's like a what if. One of the more mystifying offensive tackle players in this draft. 104 with the Baltimore Ravens. I think for Baltimore, probably looking... What are we thinking? What do we think of for Baltimore here? Got them an edge. Wide receiver? Probably. Center? Still, again, center. No true top centers. I would say Dalman would probably be my top center that's available. But at wide receiver, ooh, well, there you go. I'll make that. I like that pick every day of the week. Tylan Wallace goes to the wide receiver core. Help out Hollywood Brown. Help out the dude they got from Texas last year, Devin Duvernay. The New Orleans Saints, 105. Saints need some wide receiver help. I think we've got all their major needs done really outside of that. Tutu Atwell, Darby, Seth Williams, Dez Fitzpatrick. Looking at the corners or the wide receivers that are still available, I can see him fall in love with Sage Surratt. Surratt has fallen a lot during this draft process. I don't think he's that bad. I like Trey Smith out of South Carolina. I would say at this point, I would lean more towards probably Seth Williams. Might get a little bit more. What do you guys think for wide out here? I don't know. You can't go Tutu Atwell. Did not test very well at the combine. They kind of already have that in that dude that returns punts. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. Thinking Seth Williams. Des Fitzpatrick had a huge... He looked really impressive during the Senior Bowl. Tested well at his pro day. Let's just go. We'll grab Seth Williams. Get going here. The Jacksonville Jaguars. We have grabbed the Jags. A quarterback, a tackle, wide receiver, safety, and tight end. So I think for Jacksonville, gonna be probably looking towards edge rusher. Maybe even slot corner. Hey, Elijah Molden. We found a spot for him. Going first in the 4th round. 107, the Jets. For the Jets, we have them their quarterback. They've had their outside corner. We have them an edge rusher. Guard, right? Interior offensive line. Didn't we already grab one, though? Who did we draft for the Jets? Trey Smith. So we got that one crossed off. Center? Probably. Center would be their next biggest spot of need. Someone on the D-line. Like a Lee McNeil, Jalen Twyman could work. Nose tackle. Marvin Wilson could be come in nose tackle. Slayton had a good pro day for Florida. He could be a nose tackle. Not really actually sure what to do with this one. This one is like the first little stag. We had a good roll of picks, just burning through them. So we got to get through it. We're only just starting the 4th round. We're entering hour 2 of this stream that I thought would be an hour long. Right tackle or guard. We could use a second guard. Then we'll just have him. We'll have him. They can use a center guard. Let's go Kendrick Green then. Could be the best. Could be. He's going to be either or, but a very good athlete. I feel like if you move him to center, you might have a guy stylistically kind of reminds me of Jason Kelce, just for how well of a puller he is. 108, the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons, we got edge done. Free safety. Still waiting for it. What do we have at safety? We get our Darius Washington. He could be a free safety. He's probably best safety that's available. Diablo's more of a tackler. Same with Stevens. Wiggins could be a free safety. Stearns could be a free safety. Forrest from Cincinnati, I like him a lot. He could be a free safety. But we'll just go with the highest one available, and we'll grab our Darius Washington from TCU. Did not have a good pro day, though. Good football player, not great athlete. Houston Texans. We got the Texans a corner. Looking for the rest of their needs. They need a lot. Edge rusher, safety. I think you could look at center. Center, there's no good centers left really to pick here at 4. So then you're going to consider safety, strong safety. Diablo, Jacoby Stevens could be good. They have Wiggins protected as a strong safety. Split zone. You can play everything, though. You got to find someone that can play with Justin Reed, right? Wide out. They almost might be like, hey, who's the BPA? Someone like Slid? They love running backs. I don't hate the idea of going offensive line here. It's just, Forsyth is that high? I'm going to have them just go best lineman. Improve the O-line and we'll get Aaron Banks from Notre Dame. Put him at left guard, Sharping. Put him at right guard. 110, the Cleveland Browns. For the Browns, we got them a corner. We got them edge. I mean, they got Clowney anyway. Didn't really need that. So then beyond that, defensive tackle, which we got. Linebacker, which we got. Wide receiver, which we got. Probably, don't need safety really. Go offensive line, just BPA on the O-line. Here we go. We'll get rid of them. Stone Forsythe. There you go. They don't even need that, though, do they? Doesn't make sense. Let's grab them a corner. Best corner available. I'm getting them Robert Rochelle. It's time to start going to my guys here. Once we get to the nitty-gritty, the tops are gone. I'm going to start playing my guys. Rochelle is a beast out of Central Arkansas. Cincinnati. Got him an interior line. We got him a tackle. Got him a wideout. They need a kicker. They need some help at edge, for sure. Get another rotational guy on there. Lost Carl Lawson. I feel like if you're at that spot, what are they running there? 4-3. They're a 4-3 defense. Could look at Sample, potentially. Cam Sample. Well, I'm get Odingabo. Odiengobo from Vandy. Get some edge rush help there, but either him or Sample could go in this range. Even one of the Pitt DNs could go there. 112, Detroit Lions. What are Lions fans looking for at this spot? We got them a safety. Could be looking edge rusher. Could be looking QB. A little early for Newman, I still think. What do we got at edge? I mean, they're running 4-3 now. Could just be trying to reshape that defense, get bodies that fit their scheme a little bit better. So if that's the case, I mean, can Victor Dimajuke. We'll get Cam Sample here. He had a good Senior Bowl. Because Jordan Smith tanked his pro day. He was a former Florida Gator. Was not good. He was like a 2.7, a 2.3, something like that. Raz. Not a good score. Carolina, the Panthers. What need have we not addressed for the Panthers? Guard on the offensive line there. Who's the top guard available that I could see going in this range? Don't think David Moore would be going that high. Jack Anderson, Tommy Kramer potentially. Sedarius Hutchinson had a really good pro day. Probably can wait on guard a little bit for the Carolina Panthers. Tight end. There we go. That makes sense. Hunter Long, Yeboah. Ooh. They're going to go Yeboah. Temple tough. I don't know if he was there with Matt Rule. I don't know how much that lined up. He probably was there maybe freshman, sophomore with Rule. Hey, try to get some competition, right, for Ian Thomas. 114, Denver Broncos. Quarterback, linebacker. Got that. Outside of that, I think we're looking for an offensive tackle. Got that. Running back. Could be time for them to look at drafting. Again, you might be more inclined to get someone that complements Melvin Gordon a little bit more. Melvin Gordon kind of the do-it-all. You might want a guy that's more receiving. But at this spot, I don't really know if you feel comfortable with any of these players as like, your receiving options. Just signed Jackson, so they don't probably need a strong safety. Edge rusher? Well, they still got an edge. We got guys that work in... Rashid was a beast. Might be the best of the 3-4 edges right now. I'll have him get a 3-4 edge. Hey, Von Miller's not getting any younger. Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys. We got them a corner. Do we get them a safety? We got them a D tackle. One tech. We got don't have an offensive tackle yet. Okay, we're getting rid of Stone Force. There you go. He's gone. There you go. Dallas got a tackle. He's been staring us in the face on that draft board for a minute. He's a Florida Gator. Wasn't anything special at Florida, but maybe that's a positive for offensive line. I don't remember having any shockers of a game just giving up 90 sacks or something stupid like that. Round 4, we have the Giants. I think for the Giants, you could be saying at this spot, look for a guard, right? And you're a little bit more open to guard here. They were more knee side, man. This guy's 6 feet tall, 350, built like a brick shit house. Hutcherson had a really, really good pro day. Good athlete, good space mover, right guard, could replace Zeitler. Jack Anderson's versatile. 116, though, these are some reaches. We're getting into the reach territory there. So for the Giants, we can kick back, say, secondary needs. This spot, you could say, generally wide receiver. That's where the value might be. And you look at the wide receiver room, do they have a shifty gadget guy? Don't think they do. Most of their guys are, there you go. Get your shifty gadget guy in Tutu Atwell from Louisville. 117, the 49ers are up on the clock. I think for San Francisco, we could look at edge rusher, get more rotation there. Guys that fit that San Francisco 49er 4-3. I'll have him get Dimujuke from Duke. Good production over the last couple seasons. Chargers are up on the clock. Tight end, right? You only have that 1 year rental. Hunter Long, that's a good spot for Hunter Long to go. You got that 1 year rental on Jared Cook. Developmental guy, Donald Parham. But let's, throw in another guy. Hunter Long, one of the more productive receiving tight ends the last 2 years at Boston College. 119, the Minnesota Vikings. Who did we grab for them again? Did we get Vera Tucker? It was. So they have Vera Tucker. We'll say and consider that, you still got to grab another lineman. When you get Vera Tucker there, you're probably considering him as a guard. Here's where you could grab David Moore. It's not that much of a reach. You can get, we'll go David Moore. Grab a guard for the Minnesota Vikings. Probably not a primary need. Secondary need. 120, the Patriots. What are we thinking here for the Pats? Quarterback, wide receiver, got him. D lineman, got him. Corner. Go best corner available at this spot. This is a Marco Wilson's range. Marco Wilson had literally the shoe incident, which I don't want to talk about as a Gator fan, but his pro day was absurd. Almost a 44-inch vertical, put up 30 reps on the bench press. He was pissed. Gonna need a lot of smoothing around the edges. But I like Marco Wilson there going to Florida. Someone's going to gamble. You don't have that good of a pro day. The 40-yard dash time here, that can be fudged, but your verticals and all the explosion drills, not so much. And he was incredible. Wish I saw more of that while he was at Florida. 121, we got the Raiders back on the clock. Raiders need tackle. Safety, got him. Could use a slot corner at this spot. And you're looking for a slot. Ooh. Probably Vincent. He's probably the best proven slot guy here. Go All these other guys, more length guys. Trill Williams, great athlete, had a good pro day. Yeah, I'm having a Kerry Vincent. We'll get a slot corner, 121. Not much of a reach, in the ballpark. The Patriots are back on the clock. My God, they got a lot of picks here. Linebacker. So they've been calling for a linebacker here for a little minute. So look at Derek Barnes, really, really sleeper for the linebacker spot. Good pro day. RAS score was like in the 8s, I think. High 7s, low 8s, somewhere in that range. Eagles are back on the clock. 4th round, 123 for Philly. We got ourselves a corner help. We got 2 corners. We have a linebacker. We have a wide receiver. I think strong safety, like a good tackling safety. I would love at this spot, from what I've seen, Jacoby Stevens a lot. Make sure I'm not making a bad pick here, though. Who's still left on the board? Trey Sermon. Not like if Philly goes running back, they're going a guy that can catch. Don't need corner, don't need tackle, don't need edge rusher. McNeil in the D-line. Twyman's my dude. But I feel like Philadelphia, we don't really have a strong safety. Don't really have that, because Robbie McLeod's coming back from that injury, right? We don't. Oof. I think you go D-line. If there was an edge rusher that jumped out the board that we needed, that I loved at this spot, I probably would pull the trigger. I'm going to have them get Jacoby Stevens. I think Jacoby Stevens is going to be really good. I didn't even put in my top 10 safeties on my Patreon, and I regretted it immediately. I'm incredibly intrigued by his skill set. Yep. We'll get Jacoby Stevens there. 124, Washington football team. The football team. We got a corner. We got safety as their potential needs. I think free safety, yeah. I don't know. We've been putting it off there for a little bit. I still would like to think they're going to like Curl, but I don't know. We'll have them get Wiggins. Just get the safety need off the board. Minnesota Vikings. At this point, we're pretty much just going through the checklist, right? Minnesota needs corner help still. Kind of passed on corner a little bit. So looking at these corners that are available, I would go Ambry Thomas from Michigan. I think he ran like low 4.4s at the pro day. Tennessee Titans. Corner, wide receiver, offensive tackle. Got all those. So then going to the secondary needs, you could say edge rusher. Again, could be something that they want to look at. Maybe take a flyer on Jordan Smith. High upside, just did not test particularly well. Ellerson Smith. You know what? Screw it. We're going Ellerson Smith because he had a really good developmental guy. You're looking for that third guy that isn't going to be given with too much responsibility to start because you have Bud Dupree and because you have Harold Landry. So then you're like, I want an athlete that I can develop and mold for Mike Vrabel. And I think that's Ellerson Smith. At that point, that's the guy I would gamble versus the guy that's not a great athlete, maybe the better football player in Jordan Smith. The Colts are here. They are going to be looking for probably edge rusher at this spot. Could go corner, wide receiver, whatever's best available. Edge rusher, not seeing something jump off the board there. Unless they really like Jordan Smith, but not really the best scheme fit. So, wide receivers that are left, Darby, Des Fitzpatrick. So what do they have at wide receiver? So you got Paris Campbell, who knows what that's going to be. They brought back T.Y. Hilton, the Band-Aid. Realistically, their wide receiver core is like, you got Michael Pittman, 6'2", 6'3" outside guy, and Zach Pascal in the slot. So you're almost going to be looking for probably the burner equation, more so than a guy that may be bigger body guy. That's what you got last year. So I would say if you're looking for burner at this range, and you're not satisfied that you're going to get that in return on Paris, I don't know. This is a tough one if you're going wide out. Maybe it's not the best spot to go. What do they got at corner? Maybe we'll go best athlete at corner. We'll go Trill Williams. You know, you're getting a guy that has like 6'2", 200 pounds. Then you get like an 8-something on the RAS. At that spot, just kind of didn't like any of the wide receiver fits for the Colts there. 128, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tackle. Maybe you won't be able to keep waiting on that tackle. Hudson, apparently, is good value here, so we'll grab him. Probably like Smith more to ECU. Saw better reports. 129. Seattle. Looking for, apparently this thing's edge help. But for me, I think you could be looking for still your center of the future. And that could be Trey Hill. But that's still a little rich. A little rich for these centers. Be reaching for those guys. They'll be available probably round 5. Corner. Yeah, now you're just put in another situation where it's like you're not over the moon. I mean, Keith Taylor can be outside corner, 6'2", gives you that length. Elijah Griffin, isn't his dad fucking Warren G? We'll go Griffin at this spot. I mean, it could be Gowan, you know. Gowan's another guy. Absolutely go in that range. We'll just go highest corner available. That's outside Griffin. Just gotta know Keith Taylor doesn't like to tackle, and he kind of had to tackle a little bit in Seattle. 130, Jacksonville Jaguars. How is it like? Is there one Jaguar fan that wants a running back? I can't see it. Need a 3-tech. Could use edge at this spot. I like McNeil here at this point. That'd probably be best value. You know, they didn't really hit on Taven Bryan, so you want to get that mold on that defensive line. Baltimore at 131. Ravens. This is now the Ravens are starting to worry, being like, all right, let's get some cover because most likely Orlando Brown's not going to be here. We're not going to recoup another starting tackle on the back way on that deal. So we'll have them get Dante Smith, probably the last tackle. I feel comfortable just saying like, yep, let's get that tackle. 132, the Cleveland Browns. Browns are going to be in the market, I think, for... I don't even know at this spot. This spot here is just like best lineman available. Who is that? Who knows? Maybe BPA? What do we got? BPA. Did they just get Trey Sermon? Trey Sermon's still highest guy there. I don't know, man. Honestly, the Browns. Marvin Wilson's still right. Yeah, 124. I don't know, man. I think it's like work ethic. That's why Marvin Wilson's not being... let's see here. Let's just go... Like, this is literally like a shot in the dark. I assume... We'll go athletic guard at that point. I mean, I don't know. 133, New Orleans Saints. Back on the clock. Saints looking for a little help at, you could probably be 3-tech on the defensive line. Lost Sheldon Rankins there. So with that, can we get my boy, Jalen Twyman? Can he come off the board? He's a 3-tech. I'm doing it, man. Screw it. 40 reps on the bench press. Let's go. Who cares if he ran the same speed and explosion of like a 330-pound D tackle and he's 300 pounds? Don't care. He's a great football player. Minnesota Vikings, 134. Let's see. At this point, you know, got Vera Tucker. We're classifying him as a tackle. So they still need a guard. Could look for... wide receiver? Third wide receiver? Like, they got Justin Jefferson, they got Adam Thielen, BC Johnson. So that third wide out. Yeah, this is where you could start seeing, like, I would say Des Fitzpatrick. This is when he can come off the board. I don't know why Frank Darby's so high. This is a weird rankings. It's been a while since I've been on the Draft Network, so that's why some of these are taking me back a little bit. Green Bay Packers at 135. I think it might be time that we have to get a corner, even though it's not what they're screaming for. Interior D-line, too, there's value. Marvin Wilson is value at this point. Don't know if you want to shuft him over to, defensive end. He nose tackles Kenny Clark, right? So I don't necessarily know if... Just get... It's always probably like, just get any corner that's not going to be Kevin King, right? That's probably the idea here if you're Green Bay. It's just like absolutely do not, you know. Like, is Ken Clark re-signed? I'm going with the best football player. Marvin Wilson, like, all the knocks on him right now is that he has a lot of baby fat, can slim down a little bit. So if he slims down from 320 to like 305, 310, that's a guy you can put, 3-4 D end. 136, Kansas City. The Chiefs, we grabbed them a tackle. They probably need 2 tackles when you think about it, right? Did they sign any tackle? They got the dude Tooney. They got Kyle. Is Kyle Long going to be guard tackle? Probably going to be guard. Could play tackle. What do we got looking here at BPA? Sermon at running back. Keith Taylor at corner. Let's think. I'd say outside corner. Have him get Keith Taylor. Probably just, get someone else on the defense there. It seemed to have a pretty big hit, though, on L'Jarius Sneed. Could be special player going forward. Bucks. We got Bugs edge help, right? They got edge. Could use guard. We got guard. We got interior in the offensive line. Running back. Long-term running. Like, I feel like at this point, when you're laughing when you're the Bucks. You just generally go, it's Sermon. You go best player available. You have all these one-year options. Fournette's 1 year. Probably not going to re-sign Rojo when his contract's up. Bernard's 1 year. At this point, you're just like, hey, let's literally have all the running backs. Probably one of those guys going to get cut or something like that. Some caught. There's just no way because they also got Keyshawn Vaughn last year from Vandy. But I feel at that point, you're just laughing and you're going BPA. And Sermon could very well be BPA. And Bucs fans still want a running back for some reason. I don't know why. Dallas is back up on the clock here. We're getting to the nitty-gritty tail end of the 4th round. Looking for edge interior offensive line. Let's grab an edge rusher. I think now would be a time that you could look at probably Patrick Jones from Pittsburgh. He's nice, productive, hard-nosed type guy. Patriots. You got safety. Also could use a running back. More of a receiving style running back. That'd be Javian Hawkins territory. Khalil Herbert could go a little bit higher. Safety help, for sure. But they got Kyle Duggar, right? So these guys are all LeCount and Stearns, probably more free safeties. Bledsoe could be free safety. Had some really good game against Alabama. A lot of people talk about it on social media. I think like Stearns, Caden Stearns, free safety, feels like kind of a Patriot guy, a Patriot pick. Pick 4, Pittsburgh Steelers, round 4. 140. They're looking for a linebacker. They just signed Vince Williams, but obviously, you know what, honestly? For what they're trying to... never mind. It's too close to Terrell Edmonds to get Diablo there. Diablo. Pittsburgh. Do they have, what corner did I get for them? Do they have a slot corner? Because I got to replace Mike Hilton. Kenneth Gainwell. We got Kelvin Joseph, so that's more on the outside. So is there a slot corner here we can nab for them? Is Trey Brown slot? Yeah. 5'9", Oklahoma, even though wasn't overly impressive at the Senior Bowl. Yeah. I don't know. Monty Rice would be a nice... Let's go Monty Rice. I like Monty Rice. Longer term solution as opposed to the 1 year they got back with Vince Williams. 141, the Rams. For the Rams, we're going to be looking for... this spot, you got to... Linebacker. Start like a Tony Field, a little bit of a reach. Some of these guys aren't even in the draft. Is there anyone like way down here that I should just can I trust these rankings? Let's grab, because Snowden's not really going to be the guy you're looking for there. I like Dahlman at center. A good pro day. Green Bay Packers. Let's get Packers some corner help here. Now we're gonna pick up this up here after this fourth round. 5, 6, and 7. We're gonna finish the mocks and then we can look back through it. So the Green Bay Packers, we're looking for corner safety. We're gonna go DB, and just because I don't know their slot, we're gonna get them Trey Brown as a slot corner. Minnesota Vikings, we have offensive tackle, linebacker. You know what, actually? I'm going to have them get Charles Snowden. Because Charles Snowden could kind of fit that, again, don't like using this word, but unicorn. Like Anthony Barr was kind of a unicorn. No one really knew what Anthony Barr was going to be when he's coming to UCLA. And then now it's that next wave of what is Snowden going to actually be? Worked out pretty well for Anthony Barr with Zimmer. Let's see what he could do with Snowden. 144, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. Looking, again, heavy on the offensive line. Edge rusher, D-line. Kansas City runs 4-3. Run stuffer on the defensive line. Shelvin? Run stuffer. Absolutely run stuffer. Pretty much nose tackle. Jacksonville, there we go. Round 5. Jags. Edge. Jordan Smith. There you go. Go best edge available for you. And that's Smith is a guy no one really knows. He's going to be, because of the lack of athleticism, you probably are going to want to try to get him to bulk up a little bit so he can be a 4-3 end. But could be 3-4. I'm pretty sure the Jags are switching to a 3-4. That's just great. Yeah, why not? End the free fall. All right, I want to grab the Jets a tight end here, and I have Trey McKitty as my next highest tight end. We have 47 Houston Texans looking for interior D-line or wide receiver. I think this could be a great time for the Texans, who are looking to replace the speed that they're losing with Will Fuller with Anthony Schwartz, who has legitimate 4.2 speed. We have the Atlanta Falcons, 148. They're looking for, again, I don't know who the running back is. So I would like to see Chuba Hubbard get an opportunity there. Cincinnati Bengals. Need a tight end, apparently. Linebacker, corner. I kind of would like to, I'd be more partial to going secondary here. Let's get Diablo. Strong safety. Good comparison. Good contrast of styles with him and Jesse Bates. Von Bell's there as well. The Philadelphia Eagles are up. Yes, let's go Birds. And I want to try and go on the defensive line. But at this spot, don't know how much of a fan I am at some of these players. Newman wouldn't be terrible for my Philadelphia Eagles. But really, for those of you looking at QBs, like Newman, I mean, these rankings are these rankings, but like Newman and Felipe Franks are probably like the two left, QBs that actually will get drafted. Oh, this is tough for me. I feel like tight end. They're not going to go tight end here. If they did, I mean, Bates kind of fits. You need a block downfield. They could double dip it wide out here. Trey Smith, I'd be all about that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have Philly get Felton. They're going to get the Nyheim Hines weapon right there at 150. Demetric Felton, Nyheim Hines for Nick Sirianni's offense. We have the Panthers up at 151. I actually like this. It's going to be rich. It's going to be a little rich, but I think he's the last quarterback with upside. I'm going to have them grab, at least break glass, because let's be honest, Teddy Bridgewater seems like he's going to be gone. So if Sam Darnold does not look good, at least have another door to open with Jamie Newman at quarterback. Would be, QB2, because let's be honest, I can't see Teddy still being there. 152, we have the Denver Broncos. For Denver, let's try and help them out a little bit. I think they could look at this part for Corner depth, probably. Get Greedy Williams, brother. Rodarius Williams. You know what? We'll have him get... I know Gowan's high up on PFF list. Bynum's probably better than this ranking as well. What else we got down here? McPherson's definitely better than that rating, too. We'll have him get Gowan. Good lengthy outside corner, Central Florida. 153. The Detroit Lions. They're probably pissed that Newman went. Newman would have been an interesting pick there to go to Detroit in the 5th round. Probably D-line. Like now you almost got to think. I almost feel like Dan Campbell's kind of like you got to think like Gruden Grinders. I feel like Dan Campbell's gonna have his guys. For what do they need on the D-line though? They need like a run stuffer. Like Stills is good at this range. I don't know. This one's tough for Detroit. Drew Sears? Who the hell is that? He's not even on the site. Drew Brees? You talking Drew Brees? I think we should go D-tackle. I'll get Slayton, run stuffer. There you go. Get your big burly boy. 154, we have the Jets coming up. Now it could be time to address some wide receiver depth. And we'll have them get my favorite wide receiver that's available. That fits what they're trying to do. Ooh. Darden wouldn't be bad. Like, what are we trying to add, though? You want speed? They have speed and Mims. But you still probably want outside guy. 132 for Darby's here. I'm just not super high on Darby. Like, I like Trey Smith a lot. Developmental slot. Are they going to move on from Jamison Crowder sooner than later? Powell, Fehoko, height, weight, speed on the outside. Matt Torbebe had like a 47-inch vertical or something crazy on his pro day. Darden could be in the slot. Surratt on the outside. Big possession player. Do they have that anymore? Justin loves Darden. I'm going to have him get Darden just because the Jet fans coming through here. Grab him a wide out. This comes down in history, and they look back, they're going to be like, all right, blame this guy. This pick sucked. We have the 49ers up. Probably could grab them a tackle here. Why do they need a tackle? I would say the Niners at this part could look for another wide receiver, another playmaker. And at this spot, who's the best playmaker? Not necessarily playmaker. What don't they have at wide receiver? Don't really have like big possession guy. If you want big possession guy, I'm going Sage Surratt. Because you got Debo, you got Ayuk for speed. Don't have like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" on the outside. Off the top of my head, can't think of it. Unless I'm having a major brain fart. 156, we have the Miami Dolphins. We can finally grab them a linebacker. I like Tony Fields. Maybe a little rich for Tony Fields. KJ Britt's good as well. What do we got? Safeties. They're looking for safeties. Strong safeties? Who's their safety team? Eric Rowe. Yeah, if you're at this spot and you're looking for safeties, go Hufanga. 187. Minnesota Vikings. It's best tight end available. They can go... This is the board. A little rich. Probably go start going tight end. I want a tier on the defensive line. Interior rusher can come in. And, yeah, I like that, actually. I like the versatility that they would get by a guy whose name I'm not absolutely going to pronounce. Odigizua. Odigizua? Probably. 158. Houston Texans. Houston just needs everything, man. They absolutely need everything. If they're going nose tackle, though, like need that big boy, that big, thick beast, I like Tonga. I like that Tonga's ranked higher on this site than other. I'm grabbing that right away. Tonga's savage on that D-line. The Chargers are up on the clock. Maybe we can get some wide receiver help. Darby can come off the board here. Just get some depth. You know, if there's injury per se for Mike Williams, get a guy at 6 feet. What is he? 6 feet 200. 6 feet 200. Yeah, it's not. I mean, maybe that's not exactly what we're looking for. Got a little more size here from someone. Fihoko for speed. Oh man, this. See, I don't want my influence to go, but like, man, Trevon Grimes is going higher. I'm making that move. I'm gonna make a couple moves here now that we're in my. Grimes ran like 4 in the 4.4s, and he's like 6'4". Really good. And if you want that cover for when Mike Williams gets hurt, whenever it happens, get your jump ball guy with some speed to boot. Arizona. Tight end. Still need a tight end. Is there a tight end? Who's the best tight end available? Probably. I mean, Granson's good receiver. Could fit that scheme for sure. Buffalo. Looking for a running back, interior D-line, or tight end. Let's go interior D-line. I like Stills. Good interior pass rusher. Don't agree necessarily with the ranking there. 162. Another team looking for interior D-line. I'd also like Bobby Brown here, but let's see what else we have at edge. Still some value at this spot. Notre Dame dude. Not super familiar with him, to be honest with you. I would say at this point, if we're going to grab like an edge rusher, like put hand in the dirt, I mean, they could also go wide out. Ooh. Let's add more speed. We'll get Fahoko. Round 5, Washington. Looking for some corner help. We'll give it to him. We'll give him Greedy Williams, brother. You get Rodarius Williams. The Chicago Bears, tackle corner as well at this spot. Hainsey's not a bad get at tackle. James from Nebraska. Lyric Jackson down here ain't too bad. Where's the dude from Miami, Ohio? Tommy Doyle. 408 for Tommy Doyle. Should be way higher than that. Get Hainsey. This is not like my final mock draft. You know what I'm saying? I would have done it even more differently. I'll keep to the rankings when I can, unless it's something egregious. Wide receiver. There we go. We'll get Darby off the board. He'll go to the Colts. We have the Titans looking to add a safety. And from here, if these are the safeties that are available, I would probably slide with the Rick Forrest. Definitely need to be... screw it. We're going to get Bobby Brown. I do like Bobby Brown from A&M. Good production. Think he has a high ceiling. 68 Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, Jesus Christ, we're pretty... How many picks do these guys got? So many picks! All right, I'm going off the board then if I can make my own pick. Because I think Tommy Doyle is very good. A really good athlete, good small school tackle. We going off the board here. We're helping him out, getting a little swing tackle action. That's what you need. Swing tackle, you want to prioritize athleticism. The Browns, they're looking for a tackle as well as a safety swing tackle. We'll have him... We'll get LeCount. Why do they need a safety? They've got John Johnson. You have Ronnie Harrison. Grant Delp. Why do they need a safety? These rankings make no sense. At all. Like another linebacker? Going BPA here. Absolutely don't need a running back. You can never have enough edge rushers. And if that's the case, we'll have them get Weaver. 170. Let's start getting some Ohio State players. You know what I'm saying? For the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags are looking for a running back. Okay, now I can understand running back because you now want to find like the partner in crime with James Robinson. So you want speed. James Robinson can do everything, just not fast. So you're going to look for agility. Chris Evans is a good athlete. Puka Williams is a great athlete. Hawkins is a good athlete. Hill's not too shabby. You saw that? I mean, I don't know, man. I could see him going Chris Evans. Seen him before. He's seen him before. Ohio State versus Michigan. Probably the best athlete of the bunch that's still left. Hawkins is close. Just a better compliment. Like, Hill's probably the better running back, but Evans is the better athlete, and that's kind of what they were probably going to be looking for to pair with James Robinson. Baltimore, back up. They need tight end. What do we got for, like, blocking tight ends? Oh, jeez. We got some blockers here. Eubanks could go in this range. Interior lineman. They're looking for a center still. Hey, you know what? That's not a bad spot for Trey Hill to go. 172. The 49ers. Let's see if we can grab the Niners' safety here. Allow them to get Bledsoe. I think he's my highest safety we have left. 73, Green Bay Packers. They also need a safety. Need interior on the offensive line. I think when you're Green Bay, what do they be looking for on the offensive line, though? Center? Replace Lindsey. And at that spot, not really any... Like, I like Jimmy Morris. He should be higher than that. He's probably my highest center available. Him and Drake Jackson. 173. You could probably wait on those guys. Tight end. Don't like Bob Tunyon? I mean, at this spot, just another running back. You got Aaron Jones. You lost Jamal. Well, you lost your third running back. So what don't you have? Aaron Jones kind of just like well-rounded. A.J. Dillon's your power back. So you get your change of pace, speed, rotational guy. Probably Hawkins, if that's the role. Not to be dogging on Hill again. Not slow. Like he needs to go. Honestly, at this spot, probably still want to go O-line, right? Go BPA. Get best veteran available. LeCount. He's a good football player. We'll put that there. We'll still hold off on the free fall here of running backs. It happens every year, though. Always 2 or 3 running backs that go way later than they probably should. And apparently, it's going to be Ramondre Stevenson and Kylan Hill. Kansas City Chiefs. Looking for O-line help. Could go for depth behind Travis Kelce. I think if I'm Kansas City at this spot, I'd be looking on interior offensive line for sure. Still pretty rich to be going there. Big board time. Don't need a running back. Could just grab edge. Highest edge available. And then for me, I would say I'd go Golson first. The Bucks. Wide receiver. Let's grab him a wide out. Let's stop pissing around here. And I like Trey Smith. Get a slot guy. 77, the Patriots. Patriots need a running back. There we go. We can get Kylan Hill off the board there. Green Bay Packers back on the clock. I don't know. What do we think for Green Bay? I think you could say Green Bay. What haven't we got? They've had a lot of picks so far. I think we've gotten 2 corners, right? Outside and a nickel. Like it's guard, right? Got to be interior on the O-line. Who could go? Kramer's versatile. There's versatility there, and they like that. They showed they value versatility with Elton Jenkins. He's played everywhere on that offensive line. Dallas Cowboys. Linebacker. Be the best linebacker at this spot. Probably Fields. Tony Fields. Good, similar stylistically like Jalen Smith. Not nearly as good of an athlete, but Smith went down. You'd be able to just throw him in there. 49ers. We can grab San Fran. They need tackle, running back, linebacker. Wait, hey, let's just add another sick running back to the mix. They could go. Stevenson's high. I think someone like Khalil Herbert might be the better fit. Jared Patterson's still here from Buffalo. He's getting dogged a little bit for these rankings. 181, Kansas City. Back on the clock again. Looking to just get their questions answered. So they need a center. At this point, it's way off the rankings, but it's my rankings. I have Morrissey, good athlete. He would go there. 182, the Atlanta Falcons. We need to get Atlanta a little bit of help at the... I think they need a tackle. I don't know why that's there. They still got Matthews. They're probably not going to give up on Caleb McGarry. Linebacker. You know, yeah. Maybe. Corner. What corner? Maybe get some corner help here. We could play on the outside. Not great. Not a lot of great options of outside corners. Could be Wild Goose. Thompson's under 6. I think Brown's under 6 feet. Ah, there we go. Shakur Brown had a big year at Michigan State. Yeah, let's help him out there. Let's get him there. Oh, Atlanta's back on the clock again. We can get him a wide out. Well, you got, what do we think about? Do you want to get an athlete? Tamorian Terry, Racy McMath would fit the build of an athlete. Do you want to get, you know, I'll get Powell. Breakout year for Clemson. Reward him a little bit there. The Baltimore Ravens looking for some linebacker help. Not great value at linebacker there. Corner still could... what corner would they need, though? Slot? Humphrey plays in the slot. They need an outside guy. On the D-line, could go for the better athlete. Might be able to be a D-end. If that's the case, probably looking... Graham had a crazy pro day. Herring also tested well for Georgia. We'll go with the better athlete and trust that the Ravens can develop him. Get Taquan Graham from Texas. 6th round. Oh, I regret making it this friggin' long. All right, let's keep going on here. Chargers. Let's fill some needs. Interior offensive lineman. Let's just go with BPA. We'll have him get Ramondre Stevenson. He finally finds a home. Now we're back with the Jets again, looking for an offensive lineman. And we're going to go tackle and we'll get them Braden James. Falcons, just saw them not too recently. Let's see if we can add somewhere on the interior of that defensive line. I like, of these names, no one in that value whatsoever. Like, where's the value? How am I still, I feel like I'm really far off here. I mean, there's still some edges. Just best edge available that I've heard of. So I'll give them another edge help in Jonathan Cooper from Ohio State. Patriots are up on the clock. They are looking for, on the offensive line, or they could go edge rusher. Who is more of a multiple front? Probably the guy that's, we'll go with the hybrid front guy in super long Notre Dame player. Philadelphia. I think at this point, Philly could use an edge, and I would like to see Shakatoni, good athlete from Penn State, come as a rotation role. Could do what Philly wanted Gennard Avery to be for the defense. 190, Cincinnati Bengals. Tight end, linebacker, corner. And a tight end at this part, you could look at... Sure, we'll go Bates. I mean, I don't really think they really need to invest time, but 6th round, sure, why not? Not sold yet on the sample. Drew sample size. Nice. Denver Broncos still could be looking to grab a running back here. Get someone to pair. Why not? Let's get Jared Parrish. He needs to be going off the board sooner or later. Pair him with Melvin Ingram. 192 Dallas Cowboys. For Dallas, this spot, man, I really think they should just do this, and I'll get it later. We'll save that one for later. I know I'm going to finish the draft off for Dallas. Dallas still looking for interior offensive, just generate offensive line help. Still need some help at center. So I'm going to get Drake Jackson from Kentucky, best center available. 193, all right, we'll have Jack Anderson go right here to the Carolina Panthers. 194. To the San Francisco 49ers. They are looking for linebacker help, potentially. I don't like who's left on the board there, particularly. I don't hate, maybe McDuffie's a little bit undersized from Boston College, better athlete. Tackles that are still there. We can go Ely. Fine. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to go with the tackle that I have the highest rated. That's left out of all these tackles. And that's going to be my boy, Alaric Jackson. Because you might be able to get some guard out of him. Could be better suited for a guard. Long guard. 195. Houston Texans. They need tight end edge. Oh my God, they still need a whole lot. Safety is where there's still some value there. Look at the safeties that are still available. I think you could say Sean Davis should be higher there. Gator bias aside. I like Crosswell a lot. Up-off, small school player. He could go Sherwood. You need the strong safety, though. You need a guy that's going to bring the heat, bring the lumber, and I think you're probably going to find that in Sherwood. Not an amazing athlete, though. The Giants saying they need some corner help. So maybe they're not sold on their slot corner. Maybe they're not super sold on Darnay Holmes, even though they should be. So we'll have them get Thompson here, slot corner. Patriots are up. According to the Patriots, they still want to go on the offensive line. Best offensive lineman available. Probably, are they in the market for a swing tackle? Is that what they're looking for in Ely? I think, for me, I would go Van Lanen from Wisconsin if you're going swing tackle territory. 198. We have interior offensive line linebacker. Double interior offensive line here for the Chargers. Not seeing lots of value. Still left on the board. In terms of now you're round 6 and round 7. It's like, who do I have that's draftable? And at that spot, it's Hogue from BYU. I think he's a Notre Dame transfer. Probably the most draftable, but Robert Jones as well. Let him get Hogue. 199. We are looking for quarterback, tight end, depth tight end for the Minnesota Vikings. This could be a nice spot to go and grab Eubanks. A little bit more well-rounded. Probably, more accustomed to blocking. Not a lot of passing going on at Michigan. 200 to the Raiders. They're still looking for edge. There's still some good edges available. Let's get them. Let them get Kando. Good athlete. See what happens. Projects like that. It's the kind of guys that fall to this spot. Giants still looking to improve their offensive line. Again, I don't know. We'll just get Ely's in the 190s. According to this site, we'll grab them there. Linebacker corner. Corner for the Bengals. Who has the... now at this point, you're like, all right, who's going to hit? I think... Man, McPherson's going to go, man. He's way low. He was super productive. Texas Tech. Put him in the slot. Houston Texans. Tight end edge. Probably edge is where they're going to get their best value at this part of the draft. And of the available edge rushers, let's have them get... they're moving to a 4-3, I'm pretty sure. So if you're moving to a 4-3, can Hayes play 4-3? Maybe Kuntz, what do you want? Patrick Johnson, Tulane. He's a 3-4. Rump's 3-4. We'll just have him go highest available to get Hayes. Bears. Another team looking for edge. They are very much a 3-4 defense. If you're going 3-4 at this spot, I like Chris Rumpf. High upside out of Duke. 205, Tennessee Titans. They're looking for a linebacker, interior defensive lineman. Not crazy value at either one of these spots. But for what they're looking at for the linebacker spot, I could see, I'm trying to think in terms of a guy Mike Vrabel would want. Probably Stewart. Kind of like the grinder, does it all. Short yards linebacker. Fits the scheme. I don't know, though. No, I'll have him go. He's going to go, man. He was Senior Bowl. Guys that go Senior Bowl are always ranked low on these sites. They always get drafted. Fits the style. Fits a guy Mike Vrabel. I think Mike Vrabel would like. Still in at linebacker here. Actually, we'll go for maybe a little bit more of an athletic linebacker. We'll have the Colts get Justin Ross from Michigan. Didn't think he was declaring this year, though. Don't think he declared. I think I just fucked this up because I don't think he declared. Might have. Don't think he did. If he didn't, that's what happens when you use a website that's highly regarded. Still has guys that didn't declare. 207, Kansas City. They want tight end depth behind Kelsey, so the best tight end, I think, for what they would want him to do. Man, I'd say screw and go Zach Davidson. Honestly, you don't need it. You don't need this guy to hit. And if you're going for upside, you might get a punter out of it. He was like first team all conference tight end and punter. Had 15 touchdowns and was like the best punter. Those don't happen. Those guys don't grow on trees. Bears are looking for some corner help. We'll get, Thomas Graham Jr., feisty, solid athlete. 209, the Rams, tight end, linebacker, corner, wide receiver. At this point, probably wide receivers where you can get some good value. Let's go with athlete. The athlete on the outside. We'll go Newsome. He's a good, well-rounded guy. Probably more so in the mold of like death behind Robert Woods. Van Jefferson in that role. 210, Baltimore. Ravens could always use more weapons. Could always double dip and just get them some more freaky guys on the outside, which they could absolutely do with Ahmad Dorbebe or Racy McMath. I'm gonna get Racy McMath. Get a guy 6'2". Actually, no. They don't need that. They have that dude from Notre Dame. Height, weight, speed. Don't need that right now. Corner depth? At this point, I think this is where you're going for... I like Bynum, I guess. Now I'm just going to go personal preference for these quarterback rankings when you're this late into the draft. Tackle, safety, tight end, quarterback for the Browns. I mean, hey, you know what? At this point, someone's going to get Felipe Franks. Why not be the Browns to get something with some upside behind Baker Mayfield? Baker Mayfield's on that contract extension yet? Maybe not. I'm not saying that the selection of Felipe Franks in the 6th round is going to change that. But, at least there's some upside there. In worst case scenario, you can flip him to tight end, make him Logan Thomas. 212, Houston Texans. They need tight end, linebacker, offensive tackle. I like Newman, versatile lineman from Ole Miss. He'll get drafted for sure. 6th round, 7th round. 213, Buffalo Bills. They're still looking for running back help. So if I'm thinking about Buffalo, don't have a lot of speed at running back. So Elijah Mitchell, 4.40 flat at his pro day, gets you speed there. Could have also decided to go with Puka Williams, but off the field, some character concerns and stuff like that. 214, Green Bay Packers. Safety, tight end. Let's give him a safety. And we'll have them go probably up off. Again, more so siding with like he was at the Senior Bowl. These guys just get drafted. Illinois State, small school player. Not overly familiar with him outside of the work that he did at the Senior Bowl. 215, Tennessee. Interior D lineman. That's really what they want. So let's see. What are you looking for? Rusher? We'll go Herring. 3-4 defensive end. 216, Pittsburgh Steelers. Their edge, interior D-line, quarterback, tight end, wide receiver. Probably not seeing the quarterback of the future here. I could see like a sneaky like Ian Book selection. Ian Book getting drafted. I like Mustafa Johnson as like a 3-4 defensive end. Good production to it, Colorado. 217, tackle, quarterback, linebacker. Look for some tackle help. Are we? Well, if that's the case, I'm thinking in terms of the best tackles that are available. I like Himmelman, Illinois State, super giant. I think he's like 6'9", 6'10", 6'9". Get your project tackle there because Dom Smith kind of sucks. 218, the New Orleans Saints. They could go safety. Could absolutely go safety. What we got? You know what? I'm going for a safety that they are sleeping on. That's way better than what they're doing. And they're gonna go. I'll grab him. Sean Davis. Last safety they got from Florida worked out very well. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Sean Davis is good. He's draftable. Best, one of the better players of a very shitty Florida Gator defense last season. Atlanta. We could look at getting rid of tackle at this point. I think Landon Young is definitely draftable at this spot. Probably the last guy that I for sure think should get drafted. What's BPA looking like? What's this BPA looking like? You know what? Their running back sucks so much, they should just double dip. I'm going to get Jamar Jefferson. Jamar Jefferson is probably my best player available still. Really good Oregon State. Grab a couple backs. You got a couple backs going out the door. Todd Gurley, Ito Smith. Bring in a couple more. 220 Green Bay. We've literally crossed off all their needs outside of tight end, so we can get them the top available tight end so they'll shut up and stop talking about it. If you're doing that, you're going for upside at that tight end spot. Probably, I think Sean Byer from Iowa probably has the most upside. Gray's not bad. Bushman's old. Prowell's Morris. Morris had a one-handed catch in the Senior Bowl, which was nice. Yeah, we'll stay that. I like KJ Britt. Let's give him to the Bears. You know, get that linebacker 3, linebacker 4. 222. We have. Oof. Is there any more Temple guys? Temple Baylor guys that sneakily might make. I know who I'm gonna get. Dude, where's Jonathan Marshall? There you go. He's an interior edge rusher. Really had like insane pro day. Give you that interior pass rush. Have him more as a rotation. Like, man, these rankings. Some of these rankings, I gotta be sure. Like from now on, I almost have to like go look at some of the bottom rankings here and be like, oh, okay. Don't think they should be that low. Marshall should not be that low, I don't think, for how well he tested. These super athletes, even though it's the 2021 pro days, these super athletes, they just get drafted at that spot. 223. Almost done. We're almost made it. The Arizona Cardinals. Let's grab them. They really need some interior line. Could use some edge help. Best player available, I would say at this spot, probably Kuntz from Buffalo. Will he fit as a 3-4 edge? Yeah, let's have him get Kuntz. Philadelphia. Oh boy. So this is the Eagles. Obviously this is very late in the draft. I would love, Josh Palmer, get a Canadian on the Eagles again, since the last Canadian we had was Danny Watkins. I mean, Alex Singleton kind of counts, right? Let's see. Now I really got to go down. So the quarterback, I'm not drafting a quarterback here, even though Philly probably should get one. I have seen Sam Ehlinger go to Philly. Not overly a big fan of that one. Don't need a running back. We got Felton to be the running back hybrid guy that can catch when it's not Miles Sanders' turn or Boston Scott. We did grab a wide receiver in Terrence Marshall. Could grab another one. Maybe. Is there a wide receiver that I'm absolutely in love with? I mean, I like TJ Vasher. Not really what Philly needs. I think you could look at definitely Racer McMath, height, weight, speed. This dude had good speed, distraction. Smith Barcett was a deep threat for Iowa. Amator Bebe. Very good jumper. Very good vertical. It's a tough one for Philly. Offensive line. Not enthralled. Not overly enthralled with the guys that are available. Still could get a center, someone on the interior. If these are the guys that are available on the interior. It's a crapshoot. Tight end. Here's where you could grab. I mean, what are you looking for at tight end? You're probably going to want someone that's more of a blocker because you're going to want Goddard to be your receiving threat. And if you're looking for a guy that's a blocker, it's probably going to be more in line with like a Forstall. Jesus. This is picking bottom of the barrel for the Philadelphia Eagles. I would say, if I'm the Eagles, I would be looking. I'm just going to be, I don't like, there's no way we're going to skip the offensive line. DT for Philly. Okay, we're going to go best defensive tackle available. Going to throw in everything I know about drafting and how teams draft, and we're just going to get best player available. And you're looking like, this is shit. for D. No offense to these dudes. Like Kyrie Campbell as a Gator fan, I'm gonna screw it, man. The Gators defense got a little bit better when Kyrie Campbell came back. I'll grab him. There's your D tackle. And then we go back to it. We need depth at center. And there's just not one that exists here. Could not tell you one center that's left on this board that Philadelphia should consider drafting. At this point, I would honestly be like, maybe we go outside the box, get more of a playmaker. We get Puka Williams to go with Felton, just in terms of like he's the best athlete that's on the board. Philly just needs to get better athletes. So that's what we'll do there. I'm not a fan. It's just this is not the best end of draft for looking for trying to tick off all the boxes. Jets at 226. They are still looking for a linebacker and a safety. Value still to be had at safety. I think at this spot, probably Paris Ford, the big name that's kind of tanked a little bit. Didn't have a great pro day at Pitt. Dallas is looking. Oh, here's what we're doing. We're getting Ellinger. Ellinger's going to the Cowboys. It's got to happen. Just make it happen. Jerry Jones should do that just for how many jerseys they're going to sell. They're going to sell an incredible amount of jerseys by doing that. Which is smart. It's a business system. Jerry Jones is a businessman. I would say they're probably looking for like a run stuffer at this point. If they're going on the line, tight end. There's some good tight ends. Let's go Morris. Sure. It wouldn't be. It almost feels like it wouldn't be the draft if the Bears don't get a tight end of some sort. So now we're here, home stretch, 7th round, starting with the New Orleans Saints, who are in the market for tight end, quarterback. Okay, tight end's definitely where there's still value. They're going to need a receiver. I'd probably Noah Gray. I like Bushman more overall as a receiver, but he's old and has coming off an injury. I don't know what the medical's going to be. So let's get. Yeah, we'll get Noah Gray. We'll get Noah Gray. Just I have him a little bit higher than Pro Wells. That's the nitty gritty. You're in the nitty gritty of tight ends. You're talking about Noah Gray versus Pro Wells. 49ers here, 230. Linebacker is their last need. Can we tick off their last need? What linebacker? If you told me C4, I am a diehard Niner fan. They need a linebacker. These are the linebackers that are available. Hopefully they all declared. Where would you go? And I would say Buddy Johnson, because I remember he had a good pro day. Go with the better athlete at this point. 7th round, better athlete. Guys that can stick around in special teams over, say, maybe more proven production in Ernest Jones and Patty Fisher. Those guys will go. I will have Ernest Jones go right now to the Miami Dolphins. Depth on the inside there. Interior line quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. On the IOL draftable guys, I'll just go Robert Jones. That's literally the last guy I think I even would have a draftable grade on. Even that was fringe. 233 Texans. Quarterback linebacker is where we're looking. Tight end linebacker. Sure, we'll get Pro Wells going here. Philadelphia, back on the clock. God, I hate this. So now at this point, I would literally go, what is my favorite player that's left? Let's draw this one out here. Because you already know this video's going 4 goddamn hours. Best guy. I want to make sure there's no one down here that wasn't like ranked or didn't have a report made up. That I'm just brain for. Like Mark Gilbert ran like 4.3 at the pro day there for Duke. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Plus, some of these teams are going to need special teamers. Man, at this point, I would not hate it if Philadelphia got the kicker from Miami. Just be like, you know what? Maybe we'll have to just take this L. Because Jake Elliott has not been good at all. At all. He's been dog shit. Honestly, I'm just going to do this to spite. I think you go, when you have a guy, he's not even, I don't know. You know, I would say screw it. I'm putting the pressure on Jake Elliott. 7th round, Elliott sucks again in camp. Philly's got to get a kicker anyways. If Jake Elliott looks suspect in camp, Philly has to get another kick. So why not just get the best kicker from the class? Pretty sure he was the kicker of the year last year in college. 235. I'm pretty sure there's some other teams that need kicker as well that we'll be able to get. I know Cincinnati actually needs kicker. So we'll have them get Evan McPherson. I think there was a couple other teams that needed kicker. Was it Detroit needs a kicker? I don't think anyone needed a punter, though. But both kickers are off the board. I went outside the box for Philly. Hated the remaining draft. Tight end for the Bills. Still some value here at tight end. I would say at this point, get someone that can maybe win now. And win now would be getting someone like Matt Bushman, proven receiver at BYU. 237, Denver Broncos. They are looking for interior O-line, interior D-line, wide receiver. Interior D-line is probably where there's going to be still some value there. And I would say, Loudermilk's probably the most likely to be a 3-4 defensive end of these dudes that are left. Absolutely no needs for the Dallas Cowboys here, apparently. I think for Dallas, again, if we're doing that, there's no needs left. We'll go BPA and best player available for me. If I'm the Cowboys, I would say, again, you can't have too much. You know what? I'd have him grab a freaky athletic wide receiver here because you're not going to be able to re-sign Michael Gallup whenever that time comes. So we'll do that. 239. Denver Broncos, also in the market for wide receiver, apparently, according to this. So we'll have them get, I actually like Smith Marset. Good speedster. Philly is just I cannot stop not make picks here for the Eagles. At this point, I would say screw it and just get height, weight, speed at Tamorian Terry or Rasic Math, one of those two guys. Could also go DJ Daniel if you want to throw another corner in the mix. But again, it's just, we got some wideouts here for Philly. Probably could have went defensive back there. If I could do it all again, I would say I would look at, for Philly, regret the pick. Williams is a good special teamer. DJ Daniel at corner, if you wanted to look at that direction. Crosswell at safety for a guy that I like a little bit more. He's not even really highly regarded on a lot of mock sites. Nashawn Wright, he was in Last Chance U. His brother was anyways. 6'4", outside corner, good straight line speed. No, I'm all right with that. I'll take that for Philly. Grab height, weight, speed, wide receiver, and just let this because I'm taking this from the standpoint of not necessarily looking at the Philadelphia Eagles depth chart right now and being like, oh well, we got JJ, we got all these guys like Hightower and Quez Watkins and stuff, but we have a brand new coaching staff, so I'd rather give them literally here's our pool of wide receivers. This has been a position we've had no success of, so just literally pick the best one. No strings attached. Pick the best 5 or 6 wide receivers you want on your roster. Give them those options. Tamorian Terry, 6'3", with like 4.4 speeds. It's nice to have. 241. Linebacker, interior D-line. Let's grab a linebacker here, and I will get them. Let's go Patty Fisher, production. He's going to get drafted by somebody, right? Patriots looking for interior offensive lineman. Again, it's not great. So then we'll go best player available situation here for the Patriots. And I think, again, probably just get best edge rusher. Best guy that fits a 3-4. That's probably Patrick Johnson. 3-4, hybrid front. 243, Arizona Cardinals. They're still looking for a lot. Let's grab them a wide out. Let's get, I don't think Marlon Wynn's necessarily the best. But, height, weight, speed, Racey McMath. Again, these guys, that's what happens. These dudes just get drafted, even if they're not as technically sound as, say, Kay Johnson or Austin Watkins or Josh Palmer. Tight end is looking like a need here for the Washington football team, so I'll have them go, well, the next highest rated tight end, and that's Polian. Used to be a quarterback at Central Michigan, I believe. 245, Pittsburgh. They can grab a wideout. I think for Pittsburgh, let's get Josh Palmer. Get Josh Palmer going. Washington back on the board. BPA, probably. Let him grab a corner, another corner. Could always use another one. Arizona, my God, just junk picks here. All right, DJ Daniels should be getting drafted. Now I'm almost going to be going down. That's like guys that should be getting drafted is where I'm going to go. If they line up with the needs, good. If not, fine. Safeties. There's got to be some safeties I think will go that are still here. And the Colts are in the market for a safety. Let's grab... I mean, Breeze will get drafted. Hamlin will get drafted. All these guys. I'm going to go Crosswell. I like Crosswell. Good cover guy, especially because they're going to be now trying to find cover safeties with no more Malik Hooker, even if it's just from a depth perspective. Jags, 249. Again, probably just going to be in a BPA type scenario. I'm going to have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Any Ohio State players still available? Probably not. I think maybe go... Edge. Very much. Wouldn't doubt. Is there like a rotational edge rusher that could be? I'll go Teron Jackson. Hubert's there still there. We'll put him in. I guess from K-State. Slippin BPA. Oh wow. Then we'll go Teron Jackson there to the Seattle Seahawks. Quarterback. Is there? Who could be a nice Brady backup? Is there any guy that developmental? Probably. Probably not. You wouldn't be looking there. You have him grab a linebacker. While a good blitzing linebacker, you have him blitz from the inside. Don't have to use Devin White as much in that role. Devin White had a lot of sacks, but maybe if you just want him to have more integrity. While it's more of like you bring him as a blitzer, special teamer, right? You're also looking for special teamers in the 7th round. I'd go McDuffie in that same regard to the Rams. Last Boston College player they got, John Johnson, was very good. So maybe go back to that well. Interior line, absolutely not. So again, more so special teams, BPA. We can grab grab a safety, Hamlin. He's good. In the idea of special team. Okay, tight end. We still have a couple of tight ends that absolutely can get drafted. We'll have Forrestall from Alabama, more of a blocker. 255, Saints. They're looking for still a quarterback. We're not going to grab one. Let's get them more so in line with a special teamer, which is Williams from Boise State. Oh, we're almost done. Final pick. And then we can look at the grand scheme. Everyone that's still here, we can go back and look at whatever your favorite team is. Because I'm very hungry. I got to go get something to eat. Mr. Irrelevant. I'm going to go with... Grab another wide receiver, right? Might as well. Even though K. Johnson, better slot. Our mock draft is done, fellas. We finally arrived. Oh. It's 3 hours, 38 minutes. We have arrived. I don't know what we're going to do. What's the best way to recap this? I would say, obviously, the early rounds took a lot of influence from chat. As it went on, I got to pick up the pace just a little bit. But anyone that wants to see their team, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you the next 18 minutes till midnight my time. Whatever teams I'm seeing in the chat will be the teams that I'll go back and review all of our picks for. I want to see my Eagles. How is my Philadelphia Eagles haul? The first round... For Philly, we got J.C. Horn. Second round, we got Terrace Marshall Jr. at wide receiver. Third round, we got Sean Wade. Could be either slot corner or a safety. Best defensive back available. We also got Cameron Grown at linebacker. My pro con for him is Jordan Hicks. Happy with that. Get our third linebacker on the roster. Fourth round for Philly. Do they even have a fourth round pick? Yes, at 123. We got Jacoby Stevens, safety, strong safety. case, again, even can almost be like a linebacker hybrid. While Philadelphia and Gannon and that defense try to find who's going to be their Darius Leonard, who's going to be their Okereke, really athletic cover guys. I think Steven's a nice utility piece to have back there on the defense. Also gives you cover if Rodney McLeod does not come back fully healthy. 150, we got Demetric Felton, a.k.a. the Naheem Hines role. I like that value getting him there. Didn't have to overdraft him or anything. 6th round for the Eagles. We got Shakatoni, pure edge rusher, Gennard Avery role. Also able to get Kyrie Campbell, defensive lineman from the Gators. Puka Williams kind of overlaps a little bit with Demetric Felton, but he's more of a running back, but still just adding more explosion to the Philadelphia Eagles offense, which is just something that we just didn't have. Few and far between. I got a kicker because Jake Elliott needs that competition. We got height, weight, speed at wide receiver in Tamorian Terry, and that's how I finished it. We got Arizona. Let's take a look here at the Cardinals. So the first selection, we got Caleb Farrell. You guys wanted to see that best corner available for the Cardinals. Makes sense. Got to try to replace Patrick Peterson. We then have, with their next selection at 49, they got Javonte Williams at running back. Now this, in hindsight, I mean, you look at it, they got Edmonds. They got James Conner on a 1-year deal. Do they really need Javonte Williams? Probably not. But when you have Trey Edmonds, and James Collins on a 1-year deal, that says to me, not sold on your running backs. So you get Javonte Williams, who's absolutely going to be a clear-cut starter at running back, and let the rest of it figure itself out because you still have Edmonds on a rookie deal, and you pretty much paid James Conner pennies on the dollar. But, maybe could have done, a bigger need, especially in the 2nd round. Next Cardinals pick. I don't have a 3rd rounder. Don't have a 4th rounder? 5th round. Wow, 160. Kylan Granson at tight end. Not prototypical tight end, but more of your receiver type. Jeez, that's a big gap. 6th round, we got Malcolm Kuntz, edge rusher. Edge rush depth. Gonna need to replace that. You got Marcus Golden coming back, but you still lost to Son Riddick. And then in the 7th round for the Arizona Cardinals, we got Racey McMath, height, weight, speed at wide receiver, 6'2", 6'3", 220 with 4.4 speed. We got DJ Daniel outside at corner, giving you guys a little bit more depth. And that is how the Cardinals finish. We got the New England Patriots. So we started with the Patriots at 15. Mac Jones falling all the way down. At 6, that wouldn't happen. But I do think if Mac Jones does start to slip just a little bit, you could see the Patriots try to jump up and grab that quarterback. 2nd round for the Patriots. Patriots actually had a lot of picks. We got Elijah Moore, slot wide receiver, moving on up from Julian Edelman. Need to, don't wait around to try to get that replacement to your offense. Elijah Moore, very good slot wide receiver. Probably be one of those guys, sleepers in your fantasy football leagues if that was to actually happen. 3rd round, we got Marlon T. Defensive lineman from USC. Tough guy, former wrestler, really aggressive, good hands, strong hands. 3 picks here in the 4th round for the Patriots. We started with Marco Wilson at corner. Shoegate with the Florida Gators, yes. But A-tier, S-tier athlete even. So all it's going to take is one team that thinks they can develop him. They'll do it. Derek Barnes, another good athletic linebacker here for the New England Patriots to play alongside Bentley. They got Caden Stearns at safety, free safety, more so preparing for life beyond Devin McCourty. And maybe long-term, you could view Stearns potentially, get some special teams ability, but maybe him and Kyle Duggar long-term. So that's 4th round for the Patriots. Into the 5th round, I got Kylan Hill at running back. It was the best running back available. 6th round, best DN available from Notre Dame. Not even going to try to butcher that guy's name. They got Cole Van Lanen, swing tackle. And then finishing up in the 7th round, Patrick Johnson at edge. And that's it for the Patriots. Let's see. Dolphins. So in the first round for Miami, we got Jamar Chase, which pains me as an Eagle fan. And we doubled up on edge and got Jalen Phillips from Miami. Probably, in my opinion, he's edge 1 in this year's draft. Into the second round for the Dolphins, we got Travis Etienne at running back, which is really good value for what he's going to be able to bring to that backfield as a rookie. And then we got Minards, the center, be able to be a plug-and-play day one center to help out Tua Tagovailoa on that offensive line. In the third round, we got Milton Williams, D lineman, versatile D lineman, can play all over that multiple front as a probably obviously would be more of an interior rusher. Fourth round, Miami did not have a pick. Fifth round, Miami selected Hufanga from USC, strong safety, box safety, good against the run. Did not have a sixth round pick. And in the seventh round, the Miami got Ernest Jones, linebacker, solid linebacker, South Carolina. Wasn't a brutal athlete, had an okay pro day, solid production as well. Jets. So we started with Zach Wilson. Got him, draft starts after 2. Happy with the new franchise QB. And they also, at the tail end, got Greg Newsome. You guys voted on this one. Wanted to get help at corner for the Jets. And they got Newsome there into the second round. We started with Najee Harris at running back. You got your RB1. Definitely would be a great get for that offense. Into the third round, helping out the offensive line, they got Trey Smith, who also potentially could be a tackle, even though I think he's a guard. We got Kendrick Green in the fourth round. Think Jason Kelsey type center. Fifth round, Trey McKitty at tight end. And Jalen Darden at wide receiver. Maybe some depth at slot in case, James Crowder ever went down. Sixth round, we got Braden James, just depth at tackle, and Paris Ford at safety. Could be BPA, better football player than he is an athlete. Good value there, too. That's like Bryce Hall value for the Jets. And then in the seventh round, they did not have a pick. Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm seeing next. First round, we got Landon Dickerson. You guys voted on that one to improve the offensive line. Second round for the Steelers. They got Kelvin Joseph, outside corner from Kentucky. Third round, we grabbed Kenneth Gainwell, running back from Memphis. Really good, man. He's sick, man. Kenneth Gainwell. Fourth round, we got James Hudson, the tackle from Cincinnati. And Monty Rice, linebacker from Georgia. Fifth round, Pittsburgh did not have a pick. Sixth round, they got, at 216, Mustafa Johnson would be a 3-4 defensive end. And then in the seventh round, Pittsburgh had 2 selections. Got Josh Palmer, the Canadian from Tennessee, because, why not? Play that with Claypool. Have 2 Canadians. Make me even more of a undercover Steeler fan, I guess. And they got a tight end, depth tight end, Forrestall, more of a blocker than anything else. The Bears. So the Chicago Bears, first round, got Devontae Smith from Alabama. Then in the second round, this was all on chat. They wanted Kellen Mond, quarterback from Texas A&M. Third round, the Chicago Bears got Ben Cleveland, guard from Georgia. Could probably plug and play at right guard. Fourth round, they don't have a pick. Fifth round, the Chicago Bears got Robert Hainsey, versatile tackle from Notre Dame. Sixth round, Chris Rumph, edge rusher, rotational edge. Thomas Graham, more of a slot corner. KJ Britt, depth linebacker, another one. And we got Quentin Morris at tight end because it wouldn't be a mock draft or a draft in general without the Bears grabbing a tight end. And they have no picks in the seventh round. Niners. We'll do the 49ers. So we got Justin Fields. Obviously couldn't really mess that one up. Hopefully they don't. In the second round, we got Wyatt Davis at guard. Plug and play day one as a rookie. Third round, we got Benjamin St-Juste, the Canadian. Could be better off as a safety. I know the franchise guy was talking about comparing him to Justin Simmons on Twitter. But I think ultimately, either way, versatile, long, lengthy DB with solid athleticism. We got Victor Dimukeji from Duke. Good production there. Third, we got Sage Surratt, outside possession wide receiver. Joshua Bledsoe at safety. And Khalil Herbert to add to that massive stable of running backs that they just always seem to use a lot in San Francisco. Larrick Jackson at tackle in the sixth round. And then finishing up in the seventh round, We got Buddy Johnson, special teamer, good athlete at linebacker. Ravens. So we get Kwity Paye in the first round. Maybe a little bit of fall, depending on who you look at for your mock draft rankings and stuff. That's on cue for the Ravens. They would get BPA. They got Javon Holland, Canadian safety, my top safety in this draft. Immense athlete, give you some special team return man ability. Third round, Tylan Wallace. There's your wide receiver. Fourth round, they got Dante Smith, tackle from East Carolina. Nice rotational guy. I don't necessarily think you could be like, well, we got him. We know we can trade Orlando Brown. But, you know, here's what it is. Fifth round, we have 2 picks. We got Trey Hill at center and Tyquan Graham, athletic 3-4 end. Sixth round, we have Bateman from Cal. He's been solid, Pac-12 corner. And then finishing up the 7th round, Ravens have no selections. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. As you bounce, thank you very much for tuning in. We have Falcons. Let's do it. Falcons. We got. Oh, we have Sangy Wangy. Hey, Sangy Wangy, do this. Let me do this. Give me your Eagles mock draft. Give me your Eagles. Do better than me in the chat, so that either I can admit that there was a better mock draft than mine, or I can just rip it to shreds. I want to see that. Everyone want to see Sangy Wangy's mock draft. Let's do it, man. Let's see it. Until then, let's go Falcons. We got Kyle Pitts at 4. That was more so chat. Chat wanted Pitts. I like it, though, as well. I don't hate it. Second round, they got Osai at edge. That was also chat selection. We got Kyle Trask at QB. Better start planning on for life beyond Matt Ryan. Fourth round, we got Ardarius Washington, safety. Needed to add another safety there. A couple selections here in the 5th round. We started with Chuba Hubbard at running back. We got Shakur Brown, corner, and Cornell Powell. Had a breakout year with Clemson last year, so add a little bit of depth there. 6th round, we have Jonathan Cooper, edge rusher from Ohio State, and Jamar Jefferson. Just get some running backs. Replenish the running backs that you lost. 7th round, no picks. Browns and Vikings. Let's do it. We'll start with the Browns, and we'll go to the Vikings. Cleveland Browns, we got Christian Barmore. Immense value at that point at 26. Surprised he was there. Second round, the Browns get Baron Browning. Ohio State, versatile linebacker. We'd be interested to see how they would use him, though. 89, we have Dwayne Eskridge. So wide receiver kept coming up for the Browns. I don't necessarily know why, unless there's more rumors about OBJ getting traded. That I don't see. But in terms of what they don't have, get the pure speed and versatility that Eskridge could bring. They got Janarius Robinson at edge, too, from Florida. More of a project, but an outstanding athlete, great length. Rochelle at corner. Hutcherson at guard. In the 4th round. 5th round for the Browns, we got Rashad Weaver at edge. 6th round. Felipe Franks, developmental quarterback. And then in the 7th round, the Cleveland Browns got nobody. Who's another one? Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. We got Elijah Vera Tucker. Don't know where they're going to grade him as a tackle or guard. Either or. Absolutely both positions that the Vikings would probably try to improve. So you got 2 birds stoned at once there. 2nd round. They don't have a pick in the 2nd round. 3rd round. We got Ronnie Perkins as an edge. And Nasruddin at safety and or could be maybe Eric Wilson's replacement if they view him as a linebacker. 4th round, we grab David Moore at guard. And Ambry Thomas at corner. Could play a little bit outside. 5th round for the Minnesota Vikings. We got, I'm not even going to butcher that. And Tommy Doyle at tackle. Swing tackle. 6th round, we have Nick Eubanks at tight end. Depth tight end. Probably be tight end 3 behind Conklin and Irv Smith. And then no picks in the 7th round. We have enough for one more run through. We will do... screw it. I'll do 2 more. I'm seeing Broncos and Chiefs. Those are the ones I want to get to, and then I'm going to end it. Denver Broncos. We got Trey Lance at 9. 2nd round for Denver. We were able to get them Jamin Davis, very athletic linebacker from Kentucky. 3rd round for Denver, we got Jackson Carman, could be a guard, could be a tackle. Kind of need both on that offensive line. 4th round, Rashad as a depth edge rusher, probably be edge 4, likely on that team. 5th round, they take Gowan, corner, more corner depth, because they do have good secondary now, but not a lot of long-term guys. 6th round, Denver got Jarrett Patterson at running back to pair with, very nicely, mind you, with Melvin Gordon. And then in the 7th round, we had Loudermilk, would be a defensive end. Smith Marset, height, weight, speed, wide receiver. And Damar Hamlin as a depth safety, special teamer at that point. And we're going to finish with what team I said I was going to finish with? The Chiefs. And then we're done this goddamn 4-hour live stream. So we started with Alex Leatherwood. This was chat. They wanted to go Leatherwood at tackle at 31 in the 2nd round for the Super Bowl runners. We got Jabril Cox at linebacker. Could be really nice with Gay. Willie Gay, that is. Get your minds out the gutter. It's 2021. Willie Gay's a beast. Nico Collins in the 3rd round. Gives them a little bit different option at wide receiver. They don't really have that big, long guy on the outside. And you get that with Collins, and he's pretty damn fast. In the 4th round, we got Keith Taylor Jr., outside corner, long-rangey guy, doesn't like to tackle a lot. Then Shelvin on the defensive line from LSU. 5th round, we were able to get Chauncey Goldson, rotational edge rush, and Jimmy Morrissey, who would be a center. 6th round, we had Zach Davidson, punter, tight end extraordinaire. And then finishing up with the Chiefs in the 7th round, they had no selections. Panthers? Okay, fine. I'll do Panthers because I'm still not. It's just right on the cutoff. Last one for sure. I don't even care. We got Rashaan Slater in the 1st round for Carolina. 2nd round, we got Zaven Collins at linebacker. 3rd round, we got Aaron Robinson at corner. 4th round for the Carolina Panthers. Kenny Yeboah reuniting Temple Tough with Matt Rule. 5th round for Carolina, we had Jamie Newman at quarterback. 6th round, we went Jack Anderson, who'd be a guard, and then Jonathan Marshall, who'd be a defensive tackle. And then in the 7th round, they had no picks. So, that'll do it, fellas. Almost 4 hours. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. But I do know that we're getting back into more of a rhythm. We're going to put more focus on the videos that are doing well at this time of year. So that kind of might fuck up this uploading schedule a little bit. But it definitely seems like college rebuilds are popular. And this weekend, I am going to be dropping my new Madden series, which hopefully will be fun. Everyone will enjoy it. And all I'm going to say is that it's Madden 2001. What I'm doing within Madden 2001, what it evolves into, all I'm saying is Madden 2001, which is guaranteed born before half you people have even been, we're living. But it'll be a good time. But that'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. Check out my Instagram. I'm working on trying to get that up to 1,000 people. My Patreon is the best way to support me. I'm getting actually ready now. We're finishing up some of my 32-team mock drafts on Patreon, and then I'm going to start getting into my positional rankings for next year's draft. Guys that are in college right now. That's going to be fun. Post those rankings. Plus, there's just everything else in between. So check that out. Subscribe if you first time stopping by. Hit the like on the button as we end this. We're at 246 likes. It'd be cool if we can get that up to like 300 or something.